been injured in an accident? One thing leads to another. Your injury leads to treatment. Treatment leads to hospital bills. Bills lead to debt. Debt leads to stress. The advocates can help relieve that stress. Having an advocate attorney on your side leads to faster resolutions, fair outcomes, and a peaceful recovery for you. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show, live on Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, the last day of September. Maybe I'm just that old crusty guy. I cannot believe that it is the last day of September already. I don't even know how you explain that. The year is just flying by, but this is the life we lead here on The Monty Show, presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, 24/7, 365 days a year. That's how available The Advocates are to you, no matter what time of day, no matter Christmas, New Year, you never have to worry about having access to one of the best injury attorneys in the business. You need clear, risk-free advice. When you need it, The Advocates are ready to serve you. Chat with an injury attorney live online, and it won't cost you a dime, because you don't pay The Advocates unless and until they win your case at theadvocates.com. We are currently watching Chicago Cubs baseball. The Chicago Cubs, they're on TV in the playoffs, and they currently are battling the Fathers of San Diego, otherwise known as the Padres, who have struck out 11 Chicago Cubs, yet trail 2-1 in game one of their National League wildcard series. It is a final in Cleveland. Tarek Skubal absolutely dominant today, 7 2/3. That'd be, he got 2 outs in the 8th. 3 hits, a run earned, and 14. I said 14 strikeouts is what Tarek Skubal put up today in another low-scoring game. I don't, Jake, are you more of a high offense, lots of runs, lots of bombs, or what is your preferred style of baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I like the pitcher's duel once in a while, but I would probably say I prefer higher scoring game. Yeah, probably one that, includes some home runs, maybe includes some, dinkers, just the usual.
Some dinkers.
Yeah, some usual little pitching wedge out to right field kind of hit, like just the usual,
Only you would have so little testosterone in your blood that you would use the word dinkers. Hey,
I don't
bro,
know what you're talking about.
How them dinkers feeling today?
Yeah,
Anyway, my point is, yes, we are in Dinkerville in Chicago. 2-1 top of the 8th. Cubs lead the Padres. Nobody on, nobody out. Kittredge in for the Cubs. Jake, do you like my chances of seeing a World Series in Chicago?
I'm not convinced. Not convinced. I think, the pitching is the biggest thing. I mean, it's just super inconsistent. I think Boyd's been pretty good, but you never know what you're gonna get, and that's the hard part. Is that in the postseason, pitching is what wins you World Series, in my opinion. When you have solid pitching, when you can reliably get 5 out of your starters, that's when you're in a really good place. If you can get 6, that's sugar on top in the postseason.
Do you buy that the Dodgers can overcome what inarguably has not been a good bullpen? It's probably the worst bullpen of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to out-hit them, right? I mean, you're basically just going to have to outscore the problems you have coming out of the bullpen. That's the thing. You can't be playing 3-run baseball, right? Like, you can't be playing you have 3 runs and your opponent's got 1 heading to the 8th. That's not going to work for you. I mean, you need to be playing 7-8 runs a game, hopefully holding the opposition to 2-3 runs a game in the last 3 innings. And that's how the Dodgers, that's their formula. But I I think what's hard is that in the postseason in Major League Baseball, you just never know like what you're going to see. We inevitably get a team every year that shouldn't do what they're doing, and they just get hot and they're playing good baseball, and they will upset people. And that's I don't know quite who that is yet this year, or what. I
don't even know that exists. I mean, it's certainly in the wild card round. I mean, is that the Dodgers or the Yankees? I mean, obviously it could be the Yankees. But again, isn't that a pitching problem?
Mm-hmm.
I look at the Dodgers again. They have the bullpen. I just think Cincinnati's probably a year away. Next year, I would suspect Cincinnati is going to be in a much better position to compete. Cubs and Padres. I mean, I think the Cubs have a pretty solid bullpen. I just think our rotation is Garbo. I mean, Cade Horton not pitching this postseason is a real problem if he doesn't, in fact, pitch. But you get a start like the Cubs got today from Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd gives you 4 1/3, 4 hits, an earned run and 2 strikeouts, 58 pitches, and they pull him. Palencia was rock solid today for the Cubs. Pomerantz rock solid, and now Kittredge is through 2/3 with Tatis at the plate. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, you have to believe at some point that one of these, I feel like it's always one of the wild card teams comes through.
Mm-hmm.
That is in fact the case. I mean, the Cubs have the offense. I don't know that they're a World Series contender, but I think the Cubs have the offense. But
yeah, I think it's just, the thing with the Dodgers and the differences I see between the Dodgers and several of these other teams is the Dodgers have just been there so much. Like, there's value in, hey, we've been here before. Like, we know what it takes, but we know what our shortcomings are. Like, how can we work with this? What do we need to do? Versus a team, like, let's just say Cincinnati, who is, has a nice story, obviously, kind of coming out of nowhere to get to the postseason this year. In my opinion, they've been building, but you look at some of these teams and you're like, yeah, that team's probably got a better chance. And I don't know. Everyone's talking about like Yankees, Red Sox. Everyone's talking about how the Red Sox have been, basically kicking the Yankees out of the postseason, going back several years. So that to me I think that's probably the most drama-filled series you're going to get. But
sure,
in terms of enjoyment, I would say Padres Cubs is probably the best one.
I mean, if you look at the Brewers are probably beyond the wild card. The Brewers have the best rotation in baseball, really the best staff at something like a 3.5 ERA. But I mean, the Padres are there at 3.63. Like, there's a lot of good pitching. I just don't know that. I don't know what wins in the playoffs anymore. I don't know if it's pitching or if it's hitting. I mean, I'm always going to lean on pitching based on my experience, but we'll see. Cubs go to the bottom of the 8th. They're 3 outs away from a 1-0 lead over the Padres. We'll keep you up to date on that. Lopes fan Gabe need an update on Morty's chair situation. It's not good. My ass is already crying. Better chair. I went to like a swivel office chair today.
Okay.
Right. So I can actually.
Did you pick that up after the program last night, or where did we get
No,
this from?
In the condo we're renting, this temporary place we're staying in. For those of you who didn't hear yesterday, relocated for some amount of time to Seattle for Mrs. Monty's big corporate takeover of America. And we're staying in temporary housing until the condo we are going to live in full time is ready to go. And they had the problem is when you're 6 foot, almost 4, and the desk is a normal size desk. It's not a normal size desk. It's a desk for 3rd graders. So the chair was uncomfortable. So they had one other chair that I'm trying. It's a little better, but it's wildly uncomfortable. So the update is not good. Chewy says Yankees and Red Sox will be the wildest wild card series coming up here in just a few minutes. Is that not? I think that's a
3 o'clock,
3 Pacific, 6 Eastern first pitch. And then, of course, the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Doyers will be the late game. Michael Conforto should have been traded for a pitcher a long time ago, and yet they didn't.
Yeah, how about the Mets not making the postseason with that with that money situation.
How do you pay Juan Soto that kind of bread and then not make the postseason? And now Pete Alonso saying he's going to opt for free agency.
Do you blame him?
No, I don't necessarily blame him, but it goes to show you the wreck that it is being a New York Met. I mean, they're just one of those organizations. It is what it is. Are you happy opening series being just 3 games? I think it should be 5. No, 3. It's a wild card. I mean, I'm fine with 3.
I think the 3-game series in the wild card round makes sense because it's like, hey, you didn't win your division. You know, you've been competing all year to get just to this bubble spot, essentially. Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of pressure, especially for the road team. You know, if you lose that first game as a road team, you're in a lot of trouble. You know,
it's over. It's over.
Yeah, like so that's what I think. You know, that's why the 3-game series to me really works because it just puts a lot of pressure on people to perform, and also I think that you know the divisional round, in my experience watching baseball, has always been the most entertaining round. Like obviously there's more on the line as you get to the championship series and the World Series, but the divisional round we always seem to find ourselves in crazy playoff game mode in that round, and that's what I think Major League Baseball is trying to get to sooner rather than later.
See, and I don't know about this comment right here. Is it Soto's fault the Mets didn't make the postseason? I mean, I think he absolutely put out at the plate. I mean, homie hit the hell out of the baseball this year. I think the real issue is that the New York Mets found themselves 13th in pitching. And you start looking at earned runs, and you start to understand that. And I understand, you know, some of these metrics don't necessarily, you know, equate to A equals you suck. But when you give up 641 earned runs and the Brewers give up 547, your chances of going to the postseason are not good. Yeah. When you look at the Mets, the issue wasn't that they gave up like a ton of home runs. I think they gave up the second least home runs in all of baseball. They couldn't get that third out in a big inning. And it just, I'm telling you, if you're going to be elite and you're going to, like, there's not a team, the Cubs gave up 202 home runs and the Colorado Rockies gave up 251. Your pitching's not good. And that's why I think the Cubs are not serious contenders for a World Series. But you look at some of the numbers, it's a little scary when you figure the Mets are not good, dude. The Mets are not, I don't even know what you say. I mean, they're 14th in batting average. Like, they hit the ball out of the yard. They were 5th in home runs with 224. I am telling you again, you have to have starting pitching that will give you 2-3 quality starts a week, 6 innings, 3 earned or less. That's got to be the bar in Major League Baseball. And when you get that routinely, funny things happen. Like, I don't know, you win most of your games. And I think there were only 5 teams, and this probably invalidates what my thinking is, but the Cubs, I think, were only one of 5 teams or 4 teams not to have a losing month. And we were dog crap in August, September.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild number or stat.
The Cubs are only one of a handful of teams that didn't have a losing month. So,
I mean, look, the Cubs can do some things, man. There's no question about it. But the highs and lows of that offense are the beginning and the end of that team. And again, I like the contribution they get on the bump, but the bats are that team. Like, it just, you either are going to hit the ball and you're going to score 5 to 7 runs a game, ultimately, because that's when they win games. They usually are scoring 5 to 7, and when they lose, they score less than that.
But I'm not trying to exacerbate the point. The Cubs are up 2-1. The Cubs are up 2-1. They have runners on first and second. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. Nico Horner.
Hey, Nico.
One of the best hitters in baseball is at the plate, and he's down 0-2. This is where you have to have a run. You're up 1 run going to the ninth. You need this to be, ideally, you would build a 4-1 lead here. You cash 2 of these runs. And it's something the Cubs have not routinely done because a lot of their runs come when the ball leaves the yard. Both of their home runs today, and now you have a wild pitch. Now you've got runners on second and third with one of the best singles hitters in baseball, which is exactly, everybody wants a home run. Give me a single through the first base hole, right through the hole on the right side. I would absolutely love that right now. But this is what separates the elite teams from the average teams. If Nico Horner cashes this game is over. Or conceivably, this game is over, right? And he hits a lazy fly ball to center that probably gets a run home because it's Dansby, and it does. So the Cubs go up 3-1, 3-1, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs now, and a runner on second. I mean, it's great. Hit the ball on the ground to the opposite field there. I don't care if you ground out with the infield in, you got to hit that ball on the ground the opposite way.
No question about it.
And you fly out to, and again, you mark my words, you fly out to center, and if they don't get this second run home, this is going to be a very, very tense top of the ninth.
Yeah.
You can just write it down. This will be a very tense top of the ninth.
Yeah.
So, Big Pontiff, I wonder how good the Padre bullpen has to win Petco being a pitcher spark. Well, there is some of that, Brandon, because, and for those of you who don't know, San Diego is not a hitter's park. Neither is Chicago. A lot of people think Wrigley Field's a hitter's park. It's a pitcher's park because the wind blows in constantly. But there is no question Petco Park's is a pitcher's park. Yeah. The air is heavy. The ball does not fly there. It's a good point. It is a good point. Did you guys see Bill Nye the Science Guy pick? No, I did not see that.
No, who did he pick?
I'm curious who he picked.
And JC and his dad isn't an answer.
Shut up, Jake. Hey, Bill Nye, who's going to win? Jesus Christ, his splitter has really come along this season.
A victory has already been won.
This comment I don't want to gloss over. Just get a recliner, sit there, big pimpin' style. If you guys only knew, I'm sitting at a round kitchen table because I have all this broadcast. I have a mixer, I have a video mixer, and if I could, there's like 3 recliners or 3 like comfortable chairs. If I could sit in those 3 comfortable chairs, trust me, I would. Trust me, I would. Shouting. The Mets' problem is they burn through their arms trying to have the best record in the first 3 months. Well, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that at all. Soto hit 40 homers and had a super on-base percent. The guy was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't think it was a Soto problem. I just think the Mets don't have culture, man. They're just not. It's just not them.
Yeah. By the way, Padres made a pitching change. So we'll see what goes there. Baseball's a marathon, not a three. You got to protect your pitchers so they make it to the postseason. Totally agree. 100%. 100%. We'll see. Jeff Benzos. You're relocating to Seattle in time to witness the Mariners win the World Series. We'll see.
Thanks.
We will see.
Yeah, we'll see if Fat Ass can keep hitting in the postseason, you know?
Wow. How about the interesting, and it's so refreshing to be talking baseball. We never get to talk baseball on this show. The LA Dodgers are starting Enrique Hernandez in left field.
Yeah. You know why
I'm a little surprised by that. So we'll see. And listen, I don't even disagree. They need some bing bing because they're probably going to have to score with their offense. Jake, I would guess they need to score 6-7 runs. Yeah,
certainly. I think. Listen, the Dodgers are a team that's got some starting pitching a little bit, and the bullpen's an adventure, bro.
I got to fix this light. I have one of my lights is right here to the right of me. It is fully blocking my TV screen.
Dude is so pissed he can't see the TV. He's got to interrupt to move the light. Now you got to put the picture up that you texted me, dude. That's funny as hell, dude.
Well, it's just this.
You can't escape the light blocking the TV and ruining the during the show experience, dude.
It is fully. Hold on, I'll put it up. It is fully ridiculous that this is the situation I'm in. You want to know what my life looks like right now, you guys? This is what my life looks like. Hold on, let me add this photo because moving is, I am thrilled, and I think I said this yesterday. I am thrilled for my wife. She has moved for me 100 times to work in radio, and I feel like at the very least I owed this to her today, right? But you want to know what a shit show my life is right now? Here, let me show you. I went from a custom-built broadcast facility. God, you're... And then Ian Happ strikes out, and mark my words, they didn't get the fourth run. They left a runner in scoring position. I went from a custom-built broadcast facility in Salt Lake City to this right here. This is my fucking life right now. Right? This is who I am. This is my life. Dude, and I can't even. This is my life right now. Custom-built broadcast facility.
Yes, you did.
A light blocking my television so I can't suffer while the Cubs blow a lead in the ninth. Right? Like, it's just, it'll get figured out.
And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Probably. No, let's hope this is Valhalla, because if it gets worse than this, we're all in trouble.
Damn.
But that's my life right now.
Yeah.
Palatial, took it for granted studio. Lights hanging, cameras hanging, cables managed, clocks, TVs, all of it. To living room in a condo in downtown Seattle. Now, the good news is the internet here is blazing fast.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Can't see a TV, first world problems. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, how do you manage? How do you manage to constantly have the box light in front of the TV, dude?
You know what? I just work here. I'm the talent. I don't get to build the studio. And now my lighting looks terrible. Look how dark this side of my face is now. And there's not much I can do about it, but it's fine. Yeah, Phil, because con fart is so garbo.
Yeah, true. Farto?
Greg, how are you? Good to see you. No kidding, Chewy. Yeah. Is this location permanent? Whereabouts in Seattle? I live downtown. It is. I have no idea if it's permanent. My wife, honest to God, you guys, my wife is, Jake can attest to this. My wife is a baller. I don't think I'm not going to say the name, but she works for a major tech company.
Just put it to you this way: dominant corporate figure that needed to move to just sort of just do a little better. Yeah,
So, yeah,
up and to the right on your flow chat.
Yeah, have someone redo the interior of the BMW and make the show mobile. I probably should. Okay, so Brad Keller.
Hey, Brad.
Is in the close for the Cubs. Matthew Molden, thank God for Zeppound. Why do you say that? That's the other. I don't even have a scale to weigh myself for the next 2 weeks. I've got 3 pairs of shoes.
Okay, what shoes?
Jordan 3 black cements. Jordan 1 high Carolina blue and white.
Nice.
And I have my Hokas.
Nice.
And then, of course, I have my Crocs slides, which are the most comfortable slides I've ever owned.
Right.
So, it is what it is. She either works for Microsoft or Amazon. You figure it out. Monty Show, women rule the roost. Happy wife, happy life. I like making babies. Joey Harper, Mrs. Monty, Fortune 500. Oh my God, call it a strike, you fuck. Like, that right there is exactly why you need an appeal. That is a strike.
Oh.
Is it not a strike? And then he grounds out the short. Justice. Manny, Bye-bye. 2 outs to go.
Yeah, Manny Machado.
You know, at least you have every sport but the NBA. This is true.
Oh, listen, I mean, we
true.
got plenty to talk about in the NBA. I mean, there are definitely things to talk about.
Dude, we got a lot. Well, and we'll move on. We'll get to Jerry Jones and his money once Brad Keller blows his save.
Yeah, Brad.
I figure if I just go negative, I better prepare. Oh boy. Yes, sir. 2 outs. Let's go. I'm such a terrible. I'm not like this with anybody else. The Cubs. I should be in Chicago right now watching this game live, but a certain somebody on the show didn't want to go.
That's what fucking
didn't want to go.
Fuck off.
Jake didn't want to go to Chicago for this game. And I guess it is what it is, right? I mean, who am I to say, you should go to the game and we should watch a playoff game? But, it is what it is. Cubs up. See,
So I said, yeah.
this whole 15-second pitch clock thing. And
yeah,
now
15 seconds is a little long for you, huh?
And now we're having a major argument at home plate because Bogart stepped out. And let him throw the pitch.
Please.
This is ridiculous. This is 100% to mess with the Cubs pitcher. And these umpires are letting it happen. Absolutely ridiculous.
That's the bottom line.
Bezos needs to bring back the Sonics. Hey, I am ready. Yeah, Keller stepped off, Bogart stepped out, and then, I don't get it. Okay. TJ Beck, I can't fathom what it looks like when Monty watches Notre Dame or the Bears.
Oh, no, it's not nearly as dramatic.
no.
He just thinks Notre Dame is terrible and is going to lose every game. That's
No,
so it's
I
different.
usually have a pretty good idea of what's going on. I know the Bears are average.
Keeping a buck right now, we ass.
And so now they don't give him a strike. I hate this stupid 15-second pitch clock rule. It is the stupidest rule in baseball. It is absolutely, yes, it's absolutely ass. This is one of the stupidest rules I have ever seen. Seen.
Ass.
The pitching clock is the best thing to happen to
shut your
baseball.
ass
No,
up,
it's
dude.
not.
Shut up, dude.
No, it's not.
Up, Donnie.
It's so annoying. And now Keller bounces one. And what do you know? Now he's behind in the count. It's ridiculous. Benzos. Judge or Dumper for MVP? It's got to be Dumper. He hit 60 bombs.
Got to be Dumper, dude.
I don't even know how it would be anybody else. And I love Aaron Judge and I love what he's done, but I am telling you, the Mariners didn't the Mariners hit like 240 home runs this year? And he has 60 of them. I'm going to go ahead and say that he's earned it. And I think I'm looking up how many home, 238, and Raleigh's got 60 of them, right? He hit 60 home runs this year. Cal Raleigh, the catcher for the Mariners, is who we're talking about. But it is what it is. And that now Keller is bouncing sliders a foot outside. Mowed down the first two. Now we can't throw a strike.
Yeah, boy.
Stop it. You're being a jerk. So, 2-2 now. Bogart's at the dish. Oh! Anyway, defensive swing for a foul ball. When I started watching football, Avellini and Bobby Douglas were the Bears
Hey,
QBs.
Bobby!
Hey, Bob Avellini. Oh, my God. That was amazing. Judge this year in career milestones, but Dumper had the impact. If we're talking about the most valuable player to his team, there's no doubt it's Cal Raleigh. I don't know how it would be anybody else. Oh.
Facts.
Bogarts is about to hit a home run. You watch. You can just kind of feel it. He's fouled off 2 really nasty breaking balls. Stop texting me. A good friend of mine texted me, they're about to blow this. Probably should turn the game off. Thanks for that. He's about to strike him out. And good night. Bye-bye. Cubs win. damn right. Let's go. Let's go. Cubs win. All right. See you tomorrow. Sing the song, baby. I love it. Cubs are up 1-0 in the series. And what did we learn today? 2 really good pitching performances from, I would say, the Cubs' entirety. And Tarek Skubal today, as I said earlier, dominated. Detroit wins and the Cubs win. And these are 2 really potent offenses in Chicago. But this is the art of the wild card now. Like Detroit was in Cleveland and won that game. Huge advantage, right? You win game 1. The Cubs are at home. The Padres are way far away from home. And now the Padres are down. You got to close it out in game 2. I think it's important. Keaton Critchlow. Monty, if you get one for the rest of your life, that's it. What would it be? Cubs World Series, Bears Super Bowl, Bulls NBA Championship, Chelsea Champions League, or Notre Dame Natty?
What about the Hawks, dude? Come on.
I've seen Chelsea win the Champions League. I've seen the Jordan Dynasty in person. I've seen a Bears Super Bowl, and I've seen a Cubs World Series. I would give Jake's left nut for Notre Dame to win a national championship. I would. I mean, I have no shame in saying that.
Yes, you did.
No doubt about it. Snell and Yam should be fine for the Dodgers. We'll see. The worst part of the Cubs' victory is that stupid song. Oh, you seem upset. We have been very blessed in Chicago. Every sport, including Notre Dame, has a title. Yeah, but in whose lifetime? That's right. Go Cubs, go. Get rid of Marcus Freeman. He will never win one. Duh. Perling. I'm torn. I live in AAA Padre City and get to see them pass through, but I'm still indebted to the Cubs for sending Maddox to my Braves. I also miss Dansby. He was huge today defensively. Dansby was massive today. You're old enough to remember the last Notre Dame Natty. Only bad thing about the Tigers game was 1 p.m. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I love day baseball, but again, I grew up in Chicago as a Cubs fan, so I love day baseball. But we get it tomorrow again, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern for the Cubs. Yeah, and I think you're early. Hold on. 1 Eastern. Again, 1 o'clock Eastern for the Tigers tomorrow. Tomorrow's the game that you have to worry about because I think Tanner Bybee's pretty good. And in a leverage game, Bybee's gonna be pretty good. So Cubs win, Tigers win, they're both up. Red Sox and Yankees coming up here in about 20 minutes or so, and then Reds and Dodgers will close it out. Let's get to some college football because there's a lot to get to today. How good is the Arkansas football job for you, Jake?
I mean, I think it's a decent job. I mean, I would rather be at Arkansas than Oklahoma State. I mean, I can definitively say that. I think that the thing with the Arkansas job is the commitment level. Again, like we have a lot of programs that are coming out talking about this money and that money, and we're trying to move up and we're trying to do this and do that. And, it all comes down to what they're willing to do to be able to compete in that conference, because ultimately, like if you're going to go there and you're just going to continue to suck, like I don't really see the point. And that's what's difficult is I do think that Arkansas has taken it seriously, but they haven't had the funding. Clearly they haven't had the resources, and that's no excuse for Sam Pittman's performance over the years. But ultimately, like if you want to get a grade A candidate, it's got to be a grade A situation.
Well, it's very interesting. I think it is superior to the Oklahoma State job. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think when I look at the jobs that'll potentially be open this year, I mean, anything in the SEC is going to be tough to turn down. But what caliber, and I guess this is the question, what caliber of coach are you going to be able to hire? Because this story with Jera, I think, is fascinating. And if you guys didn't see this story today, I think it is a big deal. the word is Arkansas is ready to go all in to win football games. Now, we've heard this about UCLA. We heard this today in a story that Jake, and I could be wrong. I think, Jake, you may have had an interstellar experience.
Yeah.
When you sent me this story today. What freaked you out about this story? Like, what was it that you saw where you're like, well, goddamn?
Well, I just think that it's a program that's not been active in the CFP era, right? I mean, Virginia Tech has not been a program that has been competing in the CFP or has been a problem in the ACC. Like, you're not like, again, I think we all like watching Enter Sandman go down at Vatex Stadium, but we're certainly not going to, we're not going to, sit here and be like, yeah, Vatek's been a great college football program. Like, they haven't been. But the idea it's been what, probably a decade, the Beamer days, the Mike Vick days, the Vick name days, like, but I mean, they have the ability, right? Well, I don't know, do they? Clearly they do with this investment, right? I mean that's the thing that I don't know. I was excited about this because we're starting to see the idea of, hey, we got to spend more money. We need to, invest, allocate, just give more money to football. That's starting to trickle down deeper into second tier power programs, which is what I would call Vatek right now. You're not a program that
certainly,
nobody's going to sit here and say you're competing with Clemson or Miami or Florida State or whoever you want to look at. Even SMU really at this point. So I sit there and I say, hey, look, like, dude, if they're going to invest in that becomes, an attractive job. The ACC road is definitely easier than the SEC road and definitely easier than the Big Ten road, in my opinion. But
does it mean as much to win? I don't know, at a school like an SMU. Would it mean as much to win at SMU as it would to win at Arkansas? I don't know. Allegedly, Rhett Lashley is going to get a large cash offer. I say cash, but he's going to get a lot of money thrown at him by Jerry Jones, who by some reports is allegedly being allowed to lead the financial push to hire a coach at Arkansas. Now, you know that Jerry's an alum. He was an offensive lineman at Arkansas. He loves Arkansas Razorback football. He wants to see them do well. If you're Rhett Lashley, is Jerry Jones an influential figure, influential enough to get you to leave SMU, which if you read their chest, they are Dallas, not the Cowboys. Forget the Cowboys. It says Dallas across the chest at SMU.
Right.
Are you willing to leave SMU to go to Fayetteville? Because I'm telling you, absolutely, I am willing. Yeah, I think Arkansas is a superior job to SMU.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the only question that remains, if you're Rhett Lashley, is just, I still maintain head coaches have to be real careful about maintaining their image through these processes. We've seen time and time again coaches talking about, oh, I wouldn't leave. I like where I am. I love the job. Like, we're happy here. Like, just giving the standard coach speak answer, and then they're gone next week. So with all due respect to any of these head coaches, like Rhett included, I'm not going to sit here and buy anything that they say when these situations are happening. I do think that Rhett is a good coach. I think he's capable. I think he's talented. I think there's a big difference when you're coaching at different program levels, right? Like coaching at SMU or Boise State or, any, because again, I know that they're in the ACC, but I still look at SMU as a high reaching, group of 5 program, right? Like you're in that conference, but ultimately, like when you look at brand size, facility size, like everything says, hey, yeah, you're a group of 5, 6, whatever, school, in my opinion. So if you're going to step up to the SEC, now we're having a different conversation. Now you're not dealing with the kids that didn't make it in the SEC that are coming to you. You're trying to get the best talent. And that, I think, is just a completely different beast.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is without question. If Arkansas is now, and they had a press conference today where they talked about the fact that, Sam Pittman wasn't given the financial need, or his financial needs were not met, that he did not have the resources he needed to compete, to win, okay, great. We heard the exact same thing at UCLA. My belief is with this conversation about Jerry Jones being involved in paying for and helping recruit the Arkansas coach, I have to believe that what would you even call it? The Jerry Jones Family Foundation Arkansas football head coach, Rhett Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, how those things are.
Yeah. Yeah. The corny ass foundation.
Yeah. Where the coach's salary is paid for by this person or entity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you're going to see here. And if that's the case, I'm telling you, like, I look at Oklahoma State, and I know that I said this on a radio show today, and I was laughed at until I said, well, Oklahoma State less than a year ago cut a coach's salary and publicly said that was to afford NIL. Oh, yeah, that's a really good point, Morty. Right? Like, all of a sudden, when you start to think to yourself, okay, well, Arkansas fired their coach and said, well, we didn't give him enough money, so let me introduce you to this rich guy who owns the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see. Oak State fired the guy who they had already cut his salary because they couldn't afford to pay players. Which job's more attractive? Well, I'm going to say that the fact that Barry Switzer, who was an old friend of Jerry Jones, got hired with the Cowboys and won a Super Bowl as a favor, I'm going to say that relationship is a hell of a lot more attractive than having a relationship with a dead guy named T-Boone who's on the stadium, because that's all you're getting at Oak State. You're not getting boosters. You're not getting financial support. It's a tough place to recruit to already because you're surrounded by a bunch of schools. I don't know, like Texas Tech. Hey, don't they have a billionaire that's buying talent as well? They do. And they're, I know, let's get crazy, actually winning football games now, which is something they don't do at Oak State. Instead, they have the head coach make an ass of himself by fixing Coke machines during his press conference.
It was actually a Pepsi machine.
I'm sorry. Who makes an ass of himself by fixing Pepsi machines during his press conference? Oh, that was so neat and cute until you fucking fired the guy because he can't win a game and you went winless last year and now you're winless this year and nobody's going to watch your games. And my guess is that when you fire Sam Pittman and you put in Bobby Petrino and he fires everybody else and he knows he's just a placeholder, and if you go and get a guy like Rhett Lashley, I don't almost care who you wind up hiring at Oak State. They're going to have not the same money because there's no argument you can make on any reality realm anywhere that Oak State's going to be as well-funded as Arkansas, because they're not. You have an NFL pipeline, Jerry Jones. What's your pipeline at Oak State? Ollie Gordon can't even, like, the guy went from the best to the worst. Half of you don't even know where Ollie Gordon is right now. That's your reality. That's who you're going home with. That's your reality at Oak State. Yet I get Jerry Jones, Rhett Lashley, millions of dollars, and the assets and funds that I need to build a winner in the SEC. Yeah, I think the Arkansas job's better than the Oak State job.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more, man. I mean, it's rough. It's true, in my opinion. Like I mean, everything you just said, I completely agree with. And I think that, the only question in my opinion is, again, how far can Rhett Lashley take them if they hire him, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing. And the other thing I would be concerned about if I was an Arkansas fan is, hey, like what, how involved is Jared going to be? Because I don't want his fingerprints anywhere on the football program from an X's and O's standpoint. You want to fund this program. You want to be the one cutting the red banners and handing out the car-sized checks, and you want to be, you want to be the face of the donor program. Great. That's Jared. Do your thing, dude. Football wise, I don't want him anywhere near it at all, even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how you. I don't know how you fix it, but I think this question about, Virginia Tech investing $229 million into football. It's a huge number. For a school like Vatech, that's a huge number. What are you netting out of that? I think that's truly the question you have to ask. What is the net return of that?
Well, I think, yeah, sure, the net return. Yeah, I think that's definitely a question. But what message does it send to recruits? Because that's all this is. Hey, we're ready to spend in the football program, which means you guys can make money, so come play for us. That's all this is. It's just posturing to say, hey, yeah, we're taking football seriously now. We want to go win the ACC. Come play at Vatech. Come play at a program that's got that admittedly does have heritage, does have legacy, does have vibes, older vibes for sure. Older vibes for sure, but still vibes. And I think that matters, certainly. But I don't know, man. I think if you're Vatech, you got to seriously consider how aggressive you're going to be getting after a coaching candidate, because there's not a ton of them just laying around. And, I think that, because you're Vatech and you haven't won yet, you have to make yourself more attractive. So yes, you've sent the message that you're available and you're taking it seriously now, and you want to compete in the CFP and you want to do all these things. But now, like, if you're calling Garrett Riley, if you're calling, whoever, like you need to be aggressive. Like, I would think that you would be interested in hiring a younger new age head coach to represent you. That's that's what I would say. So it's like, all right, Vatech, Arkansas, obviously, again, different geography, but UCLA, like, I just think there's some of these opportunities where it's like, if you're a prospective coach, like, you're seeing more and more of this, dude. And no, Oklahoma State is not top of the list. And I'm not sure that even Rhett Lashley would consider Oklahoma State, honestly.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things is that I just don't understand what drives the money when it comes to a recruit. And when I look at Arkansas doesn't have the best facilities, not yet, because there's some belief that that's going to change as well. But I think it is going to be very interesting to see, what do you do with that job, and how do you fix bad culture? Well, you hire a superstar. That's how you fix bad culture. If it's Rhett Lashley, you can say a lot of things about Rhett. He's got talent. Now, they're not winning this year, but he's got talent. He's brought talent into Dallas at SMU. He wrote Dallas on the front of every uniform with a Sharpie. They actually stitched it, I think. Anyway, the point is, Rhett Lashley, you could do worse than Rhett Lashley at Arkansas.
He's been to the CFP.
In my opinion, you could do worse. So I'm really curious what is going to drive recruiting, because I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know that it's facilities. I think, and I know, I don't even know if Oak State James is here today yet, but I'm sure Oak State James is going to turn up his butt buzzer over the fact that I don't think that T-Boone is a great facility. I've asked a lot of people about, hey, what's a better job? I probably texted 10 college folks that I know, and not one of them said Oak State. And not one of them mentioned, oh, well, T-Boone Piggin, that place is.
Just because it's just not a sexy job. I mean, listen, the things that I think about, like, the characteristics that any head coach is considering in a program are going to be, yeah, facilities is one piece of it. If you've got a great football stadium, if you've got an iconic venue, obviously that's going to help your attractiveness, in hiring a head coach. But second to that, I think that the location, obviously, for the coach and his family is going to be number one for every head coach, in my opinion. And then secondly, I really do believe for a lot of these guys, it's just the people that run your program, that run your athletic department. Like, these head coaches are not stupid. Like, they don't want to go to a program where the AD is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
And wants to crawl up your ass about every little dollar you spend and where you're recruiting and what kid you're talking to and what, like, they don't want that, dude. And that's why I say, like UCLA out of any of these jobs theoretically should be the highest profile job because of its geography and because of the opportunity. But I'm not confident quite yet that it is the highest profile job. Like, to me,
I agree.
Arkansas is the highest profile job right now. It's the SEC. It's the opportunity to turn around a program and to absolutely, show what you're made of as a head coach. If you win at Arkansas, even if you were a 8-win team in your first season at Arkansas, that would be just a phenomenal first year performance in the SEC. If whoever it is comes in and was able to do that. Now, I'm not saying that'll happen, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, if you go to the Big 12 or the ACC, dude, I'm fully expecting you to get 8-9 wins if you're a big time head coach that first season. Like, that's the problem with the hoodie, right? Nobody's projecting them to have a great first year, and that's the trouble.
I don't know what's the best job that's available. I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who believe a renovation of the Rose Bowl and an injection of money makes UCLA a good job. UCLA doesn't win. UCLA doesn't win. And when I look at some of the jobs that could be open, if Auburn opens up, Auburn's instantly the best job available.
Without question.
But I don't know. You look at Florida. What about Penn State? Are you telling me that James Franklin, people just love James? Like, he lost another big game, and it hurts for those kids.
Hey, notice
I wanted kids in it. I wanted it for those kids in the locker room, Monty. Well, then you might want to get a quarterback who can win.
Yeah, notice, Penn State red ass isn't in the comments section.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not. He's not. Jake, are you dead?
No.
Hello? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the best open job is. I know it's not Oak State. And I think, Alex, I think Florida, if Florida opens up, Florida or Auburn. Like, I don't know what's the better job there.
Florida's the better job. In my opinion, Florida's a better job.
I think Florida's a way better job than Auburn, but I don't think people will agree with me. But Alex, I think you're probably Cal. That job's going to be open. If they don't get this figured out. I mean, how long have we been talking about Wilcox at Cal? How long have we been
yeah, but I mean, dude,
Napier, Florida, Pittman in Arkansas, like the question that I have is, when we talk about good jobs, how many of these universities are willing to put the money in to make it work? And Florida, do we all believe that Florida is willing to pile up a bunch of money to get the best available coach?
Oh, without a question.
To go and get Lane Kiffin.
Without a question.
Like, but I have zero belief that UCLA is all in on football, Monty.
Or Cal.
No, I think Cal desperately wants to win. I think there's a small minority of Cal boosters who will put hundreds of millions of dollars into them winning football games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think but what, again, and UCLA is a good example of this. What is it that is required to make UCLA one of the best jobs in the country? The Rose Bowl needs a renovation desperately. You're never getting an on-campus stadium at UCLA. It's never happening. I think you need a Garrett Riley. You need a young, big, swinging, just
polarizing figure.
You need a gunslinger offensively to go in there, put up 40 points a game, and give up 39. And you win 10 games a year. UCLA is instantly a good job. You've got a great deal. Kids, listen, kids, adults, I'm 800 years old. You can't give me enough Jordans. I love me some Jays, dude. Like, what do you think a 17-year-old quarterback wants? Jordans. And he wants to stay at home. Like, they have everything in LA that you need. You get essentially unfettered access to Laker games at UCLA. Like they have everything that you need.
What about Clipper games?
Well, only if you plant trees. Would Jared try to recruit Jason Garrett for the Shui job? No. Major Harris was a stud, but he played before Rich Rod was a coach. Major Harris. UCLA has no fans. See, I disagree with you. I think UCLA has fans, but I think UCLA fans need to be given that reason. Jake froze. Okay. Where does Stanford head coach job rank at the very bottom? Not good, because I don't know that Stanford cares. They have so much money for athletics. I don't think they care about winning football games. And this is the UCLA argument. And I think we had the exclusive for almost 10 days until a big story in the LA Times came out. But a major UCLA donor told me straight up, I'm tired of winning swimming meets and track meets and baseball and softball games. I want to win football games. And I want this to become a football school. And that's why I said UCLA's got all the money in the way. People keep saying, oh, Monty, UCLA's broke. They're not broke. I don't know how to explain it any better than do you understand the caliber of alumni for UCLA? Do you understand that? And when we talk about being broke, football is not the university. This is what I said about USC, and you all told me I was stupid. Football's not the university. Football pays the university, makes the university money. University's broke, Monty. Doesn't mean football is. When you have a donor base like SC's got, like UCLA's got, they're tired of winning basketball games. They want to be a football school, and that makes a difference. Auburn needs to do something with their stadium. Do you ever have anything
need to do
other?
Something about your facility takes constantly being, the first rat ass take.
Hey,
bro.
Jake, bro, can you tell me if Arkansas Pine Bluff is a good job? Well, surely you understand
when you
now.
compare it to Abilene, I mean, it's really 6-1.
The problem at Pine Bluff, Monty, is that they've got this caulking issue in the showers, and, they didn't put any gold leaf. Did you see the ballroom at the White House? That's what kids want these days.
But Monty, when RFK coughed on Donnie today, they almost had to backtrack the whole project. So just really, that was really a concern.
But focus with me. Arkansas Pine Bluff needs to recock their showers. And if they do that, the facility is top notch.
Yeah, I mean, their cockulating shower heads really need to be top notch,
James, I don't know how to break this to you. And again, probably take your hand off the butt buzzer, but brother, some free advice. Stadium and facilities don't necessarily win recruiting battles. If that was this is crazy talk now. If that was the case, wouldn't every kid in the world go to Utah who has maybe the best weight room and training facility this side of Chicago? It is, and Jake, I think, can attest to this. The University of Utah's training facility, and James, I hope, I don't have my boner drop. Jake, get the Stay Hard
drop.
I need my drop machine fixed.
Well,
Stay hard.
James, yeah, thank you. You're going to get excited. It's going to move a little bit.
Stay hard.
The IPF at Utah is amazing. I said IPF, those three letters that make you absolutely gyrate. IPF
the
at
Indoor
Utah.
Penal Factory.
Thank you. It's amazing. The facilities at Utah football are the stadium, unbelievable. All of it. If that's what mattered, Utah would get every top recruit and every school would suffer.
Better send those refunds.
But I don't know how to break this to you. Facilities aren't necessarily what wins recruiting battles.
Oh,
Wow, Monty.
Wow.
Monty, you're talking crazy now. Somebody do a wellness check on old Morty, will you? I know, it's crazy. Abilene, boy.
Hey, boy.
James stays true to his stadium work. Teams, not so much. Exactly.
Yeah, i.e. the shit box.
Caulking problem in the shower. So I was telling you yesterday, speaking of caulking in the shower, I was telling you guys yesterday, I'm having the townhouse in Salt Lake painted.
Recaulked.
They set off all the fire alarms today. It's paint. What do you mean fire alarms?
What did you light on fire, bro?
He said it was dust.
Oh, it was dust. Okay.
I don't want to be there. I don't want to know about it. I just got some notifications on the old telephone. It's been a couple of this move needs to end like right now. Right now. Alex Rea, even in the late 2010s, I would meet Stanford alumni who had never heard of Andrew Luck or Christian McCaffrey. They're just not dialed. You know what I mean? Okay, compare Auburn to Vodtech. I saw Vodtech a few months ago. Now, listen, let me tell you something. The dogfighting facilities at Vodtech have really been stepped up.
I saw the little guy at the dogfighting facilities the other day, and I got to shake his hand, and it was really an incredible experience.
Now, verticality and the Mike Vick story, they play it 24/7 on a loop in the lobby at the Vodtech football facility. Again.
Hi, this is James. Welcome back.
James, you could put the absolute best. We could gold plating at gold fixtures and gold leaf everywhere.
Oh, Monty, Mike Vick was there at the Vodtech facilities, and all of his vicious pit bulls wore gold chains. It was incredible.
Everywhere there's gold leaf.
Oh, dear.
And nobody's going to Vodtech, James. You can have your $200 million.
You go out and hire a good head coach, different conversation.
And they're still not going to Vodtech or Oak State. You know.
Bro, Gumby, dude. Dude, Gumby.
Penny State has caulking issues. Well, I heard that.
Yeah, well, you know.
Gumby, caulking problem in the shower sounds like a Big Ten problem.
Can you measure it?
Exactly. Utah has elite training facilities. Yes, they do. I hear Utah has a great ISP, an internet service provider. MSU, I would say, is the perfect campus. Red Cedar is beautiful in fall for recruiting.
Well, man, you said it. Wow. I mean, how could we just? I mean, you're the expert of all things Michigan, and it just is incredible, dude. Wow. Are they the industry leader for iPhone facilities for their head coaches to abuse? Just asking for a friend. I mean, you know.
Let me show you the newest feature on iOS 26. What you do is you go to the horseshoe and you videotape the sideline, and it instantly goes to the cloud. Utah facilities are great. That's one of the reasons Coach Whittingham can recruit great players. But he does. Oh my God, you make my balls ache,
bro.
He's never, ever had an elite ever, boy. Kyle Whittingham
has never had an elite quarterback. Oh, he gets all these great players on defense. Do you read the stuff you type? It's the stuff that players interact with Monday to Friday.
Oh, so you're talking about player interaction like the interaction you have. Okay.
So you're saying that players don't lift on Sunday. Interesting. I'm going to tell you you're completely incorrect. If you hand me, and this is the Deion Sanders thing with Juju or Travis Hunter, hand me a box with diamond turfs in it and some fresh Nike gear that looks really good. and then pay me millions of dollars to play at your school, I'll overlook the missing cock in your shower. Oh, but you're not going to put me on national TV every week, and you're not going to pay me millions of dollars? Man, I don't care.
We're out of here.
I don't care about your gold-plated doorknobs, bud. Like, how come Oak State doesn't have any players then? You've got great facilities. It's stool water, man. We slaughter Longhorns on the front yard last year. Okay, why don't you have all the talent? Oh, that's right, because facilities don't matter. I bet many do not even entertain Utah because they think they're just as Mormon as BYU. I think that's probably true.
No, I think what they think is they don't go to the college football playoff. That's what I think.
I think that's true. Anthony Eason, hello. Everything takes a backseat to money in 2025 to most kids, not all, but most. That's exactly right. Caulking in the shower sounds like a Penn State problem. The knuckle deep boys.
Yeah, cock on you.
You guys, seriously, should James Franklin be on the hot seat?
Yes. Yes.
Now, we all know Penn State fans are in hiding, but I have to believe you at some point, don't you get tired of losing to good teams and only beating bad teams?
Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck.
James? Agree. Facilities don't win recruits, but they can lose if they are really bad. Yeah, that I agree. But who's got really bad facilities? Who's playing in a high school type stadium? UCLA. But you know what wins at UCLA? Tan cleavage surrounded by double D's. That's one of the and I'm not even trying to be a guy's guy, but if you think Santa Monica to your left and, like the Hollywood Hills and Westwood, Beverly Hills, Hollywood, you think that doesn't matter, you're crazy. And if UCLA had elite facilities, I think that's one place it could make a difference. Absolutely. Auburn is a great stadium except for Cam Newton statue. Scam, please. It's SCAM. He changed it. Okay. Dude that abides. James, how do you get around the country to see all these campuses? Real question. I'm fascinated by you for some reason.
Oh, show him the Batmobile, dude. Show him the rectory box, dude.
I mean, if you want to know exactly how he gets around,
this is how he gets around, dude.
This is Oak State James's car.
Yeah, vroom vroom,
The license plate, you can't see it because he covered it up, but the license plate literally says Japo shitbox on it.
Doesn't make you feel responsible.
Oak State James drives this. And he's like, oh, man, Monty, I know you got an M, a BMW, but you got nothing on my little rocket ship over here.
Ipso facto, it's mine.
It is 100% yours. All right. Scott Barnes is starting to catch heat in Oregon big time. I bet he is. That program. How have they not fired Trent Bray yet?
Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, okay, let's say you fire him. Then you're one of the least attractive programs, and you're going to do what?
You're already one of the least attractive.
This is my point. Why would you fire him right now?
Because he's losing to everybody.
But who cares, dude? Until you change the direction of the football program financially, there's no point to going out.
Dude, it's not a financial problem at Oregon State.
No. It is on some level, dude. Okay. How
Malik Murphy had his choice of program.
And who cares? Nobody even knows that. If I said to the garden variety college football fan, hey, where does Malik Murphy play now? Nobody would know he plays there.
Right, because they're terrible. They're terrible.
But that's my point is that you don't have TV money, really, if we're being honest. You really don't have TV money.
Obviously, you don't have oil money.
You don't have oil money. You don't have I don't know. I would not fire him yet.
He'd have been gone. He'd have been gone already.
Well,
he'd have been gone already. I'm sorry, dude. And I'm trying not to say something.
Who are you going to go and get? This is the problem.
Listen. Anybody at this point is an interim head coach. You cannot have the systematic and cultural issues he's got at Oregon State. You can't have offensive linemen going after the quarterback. You can't have that. Hire somebody in the wintertime. You have the issue at Oregon State is not money. You have all the resources you need to be a dominant program. The problem is you haven't accepted that you're a G5 school yet. And you need to accept that. The lack of a Pac-12 TV deal probably necessitates that. And the truth of the matter is, Trent Bray's not good enough to lead your program. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what your resources look like. You have to do better than Trent Bray. You cannot have the situation they have now. You just can't. You can't have it. You just can't. So this idea, and this is what I've been saying about Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman should have been fired 2 years ago. You knew this is who you were. Oh, but you weren't all in. You weren't all in. That's, to me, that's the biggest issue, is understanding who you are and where you are. And it just is, I don't know who you replace him with. I don't know. You'll find somebody who wants the Oregon State job because it's actually a good job. But I think you better make a change, because if you don't, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Corny joke. What do you see when the smog lifts? UCLA. There you go. Exactly. I'll give you a good example. Ole Miss has a decent football stadium. Who cares? Guy, get over the stadium thing. Get over it. Their indoor practice facility is fantastic. It's one reason Lane Kiffin gets good recruits. It has nothing to do. I don't know how to break this to you. Chambliss could have gone to any university in the country. Why did he go to Ole Miss? Well, the IPF had nothing to do with facilities. It's Oxford, Mississippi. Do you think anybody really gives a rat's ass if the facilities are great? No, they don't. You know why he went there? He got paid, and they told me he was going to have a chance to be the starting quarterback. And now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. It has nothing to do with facilities at a place like Oxford, because nobody wants to go play football in Oxford, Mississippi, if all things are equal. Do you think if Michigan, which they probably should have, because he's a much better quarterback than Underwood. Chambliss is significantly better than Underwood. If they'd offered him, do you think he'd be in Oxford, Mississippi? If the SIP is paying him $2 million and Michigan said, I'll give you $50,000 and all the Jordans you want, where do you think he would have gone? He'd have gone to Michigan. You know why? Because it's Michigan and he's from Michigan. They didn't offer him. Why did he go to Ole Miss? Because it was the best job he could get. It was the best job he could get. This idea, why do you think Jackson Dart went to Ole Miss? I know this rock solid. Do you know why Jackson Dart went to Ole Miss? They were willing to recruit his best friend to come with him when he left USC. Jackson Dart was going to go to BYU or Ole Miss. Those were the two places that said, you'll be our starting quarterback. Come here. BYU didn't want his friend, and Ole Miss was willing to bend the knee, recruited his friend, and was going to give him the starting job, which now turns out was a really good move. Not at any time were facilities an issue. Or he'd have gone to BYU, who has superior facilities to Ole Miss. The stadium, the practice facility, the social media, the education, they're exposed to it Monday through Friday. James, I love that you're passionate about stadiums. You're up in the night if you believe that Lane Kiffin is getting recruits because he's got good facilities. That is simply not the case on any level. On any level. Or, frankly, everybody would go play at Arizona because Arizona's got a really nice practice facility. Everybody, like, if you look around, everybody would, like, it makes me crazy. Dude, It truly is remarkable to me that so many people have no idea how the business of college football is done. I would love to understand it. Like, and I feel bad. I feel like, as usual, James has put himself in a position to get railed. That came out wrong. But my point is, like, I just don't understand how you really believe this is a true statement. I honestly think, James, you're trolling. That's what I think. Where do you get coaches? Go to the best FCS school? Yeah, I don't think so. Where is, I mean, pick your job. Where's Florida? Do you think Florida is going to an FCS school? No, I think Florida is going to have their pick of the litter. Where's Oak State going to go? They're going to go find an offensive coordinator probably who doesn't have any head coaching experience. Right? I mean, that's the reality of it.
Probably.
That is the reality. That's who Oak State is. It's not who Arkansas is. It's not who Florida is. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Arkansas hires a coach who's been a head coach. What do you want to bet? Oak State hires a coach who's a coordinator.
A red long sleeve Buffalo Bill shirt.
I'll put that up. I'll put that up. Happy to do it. Happy to do it. You know, Big Ten showers on a daily basis. Yeah, I don't think so. They don't have the money to shower on a daily basis.
Yeah, you know, the Big Ten's got to have a shower budget for all those activities, you know.
Dude that abides, brother went to Michigan State. I went to Michigan. Well,
neat.
So you're the black sheep of your family then, I would assume. The stuff that players touch on a daily basis. Do tell. What's her name?
Middick.
Exactly. Oak State goes after Texas State head coach. Exactly. That's why they would hire a coordinator.
Well, I mean,
which is equivalent to
dude,
Texas
State is the 7th best team in Texas. So, I mean, that would obviously be a good hire.
You know,
I mean, come on.
Could you imagine Oak State hiring Garrett Riley?
No.
Let me ask you, if you're Garrett Riley and UCLA calls,
you have to.
You get off the phone, and 20 minutes later, Oak State calls. T-Boone crawls out of the grave and is like, hey, boy, you're Garrett Riley. Are you taking the UCLA job? Same money. You taking the UCLA job or you taking the Oak State job?
You're taking UCLA all day, bro.
All day.
Like, this ain't even a conversation, bro.
All day. All day long. And I'm you know, yes, NIL money is important, but the stuff that players touch on a daily basis is important too. Know it.
The CAC.
Just take the loss, dude. Lane Kiffin is not winning recruiting battles based on their practice facilities. He's not. He's not. There is little to no chance that Lane Kiffin's like, hey, boy, let me show you our hot tubs.
Dude, you sound like Miss Teen Carolina talking about maps in the Iraq, dude.
The Iraq.
Come on, bro. Like,
Lane Kiffin's winning recruiting battles because of the Iraq and such and like.
I mean, come on, bro. Like, come on.
Stop disrespecting me, bro.
Like, we got to have a better take here, dude. Like, honestly.
U.S. Americans.
Like, come on.
Arkansas going after Deion. Jerry already has that connection. Everybody's been saying that. Yeah, biologics.
Yeah, biologics.
I'm curious. What do you guys think kids care about? I think they care about money and being on TV every week.
Yeah, money is number one. And but I also think opportunity. Kids want to play. They don't want to just get paid. They want to play.
Yeah,
so
I think that's huge.
So, I think money, then opportunity to be on the field every single week.
How hot your daughter is.
How hot Landry is. And, then from there, obviously geography, what the TV deal is, that type of stuff.
But listen, our cold tubs are washed every other month and drained and washed, and you can see all the caulk in there. We caulk them real good. I'm going to say money and playing time, followed closely by uniforms.
Drip.
drip. Like, I think they want to be on TV. They want to play in big games, right? Like that to me, yeah, obviously not education anymore. Yeah, cheap concessions for sure.
Yeah, roller
for
food.
sure. Money and winning. Yeah, gift cards at Maverick for sure. Replica. Most schools have good facilities. It's the bare minimum requirements for a serious program. I just think that guys like James, and I understand that you're passionate about facilities. Your problem is you're unable to connect a facility. It's like one of those games where you're like, okay, you have 4 choices, little Jimmy. You got to put them in the right order, okay? Go ahead. You'll be like, okay, that's a stadium, obviously, first.
Iraq.
Landry Kiffin. Well, that'll be last. As many Jordans as you want. Second to last. Free chicken sandwiches from Buc-ee's. Second. Like, you just are going to put them all in the wrong order.
He's a brilliant guy.
Like, you're the guy that's got like 100 different eraser marks on your Scantron. And you're like, I don't understand why I failed the test, Monty.
Burning through the paper, dude.
Monty, why'd I fail the test? They kicked out my Scantron, boy. Like, anyway, best chance of going to the NFL, which is why Utah routinely gets great defensive players, because they put defensive guys in the NFL.
And why Oak State does not, but
True.
Different show.
Zane Flores.
Right.
And teams such as TCU and such as the Oak State and the Iraq.
Okay, you got to play it now, dude. Dude, you got to. I personally believe that Boone Pickens is a average ass facility.
Okay, wait. Here's Oak State James explaining how kids pick schools.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
The Asian countries. The Iraq. Hey, the Iraq. Hey.
Dude.
I got to go. I'd love to sit and stay, but I got to fly to the Iraq to recruit a new offensive line woman.
Dude, that is incredible, dude. I mean, honestly. Just
tell me that is
incredible.
Tell me that is not the female version of Oak State James talking about stadiums. Tell me that. So James, good to see you, buddy. So tell me about that new practice facility. Well,
I personally believe
that things such as in like the caulk in the shower and stuff. Hey, where'd you guys source that aluminum for the hot tub? The Iraq and like South America?
Iraq.
The Asian countries, Monty. Like, tell me that's not exactly. That is exactly how that conversation will go. Hey, James, where'd you guys get that fabric for that IPF? The Iraq.
Dude, that is incredible, man.
It's so
honestly,
good,
bro. Dude, that's wow.
It is so good. It is so that will never, that and baby Kyler lifting weights,
dude.
Like they're just all timers. And baby Kyler,
pick it up.
I mean, this is so good. This is Kyler Murray lifting weights.
Go. Up. 1. Come on. Up. 2. Come on, boys.
Do it.
Up.
Look at the face. Get it.
Let's go.
Do not shit yourself, sir.
Up.
Do it.
4. Come on, boys.
Stay hard. It will live forever. You can play it at any time. You can play it anytime you want, and it never gets old.
Waves in opposition. Anita Dick is an opponent. Waves in opposition. Holden Hiscock is also an opponent.
Oh my God. It is the small victories in life that get us through the week. It truly is. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit here on the Monty Show. I want to get to this BYU story. Is this a big deal? So you may have heard at Folsom Field, Boulder, Colorado, where the Colorado Buffaloes roam. A certain group of Colorado fans were chanting anti-Mormon nastiness, rhetoric at BYU. The Big 12 fined Colorado 50 GER and publicly reprimanded them. I don't feel like that's a penalty at all. I think 50 grand is Deion Sanders chipped that off for shoelaces last month, right? Like, I mean,
diamond turfs.
That's nothing money. But you listen, this is why Deion Sanders is the exact right guy that we need in college football.
Let me mention this, and Rick might not want me to mention. I know it was an incident at the conclusion of the game or whatsoever. On behalf of CU, on behalf of our athletic department, we would like to apologize to our opponents from a week ago for whatever derogatory statements were made by our fans. That's not indicative of who we are. Our student body, our kids are phenomenal. So don't indict us just based on a group of young kids that probably was intoxicated and high simultaneously. Maybe I shouldn't have said that as well. But the truth will make you free. But BYU, we love you, we appreciate you, and we support you.
I love it.
He's not wrong, dude.
Because that didn't happen at Oregon. When Oregon and their fans did what they did. It certainly didn't happen with Duke volleyball when
Right.
Duke volleyball came to Provo and did what they did. Or Dawn Staley when her ridiculousness happened. At some point, we've got to stop doing this with BYU. And I understand it's not Colorado doing this. It's not all Duke fans. It's not all Oregon fans. Funny thing is, it happens every road game. Every single road game. Is there a freak factor about BYU? No, there's actually not. They're completely normal people.
I just think it's the easy button. It's the first thing that childish fan wants to go to. Oh, it's the Mormons coming to play football.
But can you imagine? Because they were chanting "F the Mormons," right? Like, so if we were chanting "F the Christians" or "F the Jewish people," do you understand the revolt that would happen? But because it's the LDS community, that's fine. Because it's BYU, hey, they're those weird white underpant, they don't drink caffeine or anything.
No question about it, dude.
Right? That's why this is okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it's not okay. And I don't almost care what you think about religion. I am a big believer that you should be able to worship whatever God you want. Raptured or not, you should be able to worship whatever God you want. And there shouldn't be a football stadium chanting at you because you choose that God.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is $50,000 does not stop this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the point was not to severely punish Colorado financially. I think the point was to bring light to it and get a clear, because if you look at the statement, like it was a clear, like, hey, this is wrong, this can't take place, so here's a fine, here's a reprimand, and we're not gonna tolerate this in the Big 12, So that's what it was, in my opinion.
I think it is really unfortunate that this continues to happen. And I think it just doesn't.
I mean, it's completely unnecessary. And I think that Deion deserves a lot of credit for addressing it.
Yes.
But I also think that it's unfortunately, it's just what BYU deals with, and I do think that
it's hard to argue against that right there.
I mean, it just is what it is. Like,
it
this
is what
they
it is.
Deal with. Like, this is going to be. It's not going to stop. Like, it's just like I just said. I really do believe it is the easy button. It's like fans at the Ryder Cup dropping, F-bombs on Rory while he's trying to walk up to his ball. Like, it's just the degenerates of society. College kids under the influence be damned. Always run their mouth, and it just is what it is, dude.
Is that going to leave the yard? Anthony Of all people, Anthony Volpe just hit a home run. Anthony Volpe puts the Yankees up 1-0 in the bottom of the second over Crochet and the Red Sox. Wow. Anthony Volpe has been such a maligned figure on this team all season long, and now he hits a home run to put him in the lead in the playoffs. That's unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, I really hope. Well, and that's true. President Nelson died this week. The guy, we should all live to be 101. It doesn't help that he died this week. Didn't happen in basketball this last year. It did happen in basketball. Yeah. Rock and Rant, what's up, my guy? Carson Beck. How's the Carson Beck meter? You know, I was telling you guys, I was doing this radio show and they were asking me about Heisman Trophy power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have Carson Beck on their list. We got to talk about power rankings coming up here in a couple of minutes. If we could change $10 every time someone in America is a total asshole, we clear the deficit by Friday.
Facts. Dude, I mean, that's complete facts, dude. I could not agree more, bro. Couldn't agree more.
Oh, man. Rock and Rant. People don't have to like every religion, but they need to respect other choices in religion, including the choice not to have a religion.
Yep.
Which I don't. I always tell people I'm a recovering Catholic. And I will tell you, I don't judge you based on your God. And I don't care which one. This was the Valhalla conversation with Kash Patel we were talking about. Like, telling a Christian that we'll see you in Valhalla is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. You have the right. Valhalla. Look, if Odin's your guy, knock yourself out, Cash. If Joseph Smith is your guy, if Jesus Christ is your guy, Allah, like, you pick your God. I'm good with it. Don't tell me who I got to pick. And let's not persecute people based on that. And I think you are exactly right. What happened that has normalized this behavior in this nation? I don't know.
Different show, brother. Different show. Lots of thoughts, different show.
Kurt Myers, hello, people. So I can't swear anymore at the Cougars. What about the refs? That you can curse at. Curse at the refs all day. What's the update on the dude who got trampled, by the way, in Virginia? I don't know. I didn't follow it. I don't know. I guess my disappointment's probably strong. My lack of surprise at this kind of thing happening to BYU. Why aren't we seeing F the Catholics when Notre Dame shows?
Because it's not the easy button. It's just not. It's just not the culture to, like, again, the problem is it is the culture to say F the Mormons. That's the thing that you do to BYU, I feel like. And to Notre Dame, I don't know what you do to Notre Dame. I mean, I'm sure there have been people that have yelled F the Catholics at Notre Dame, but I just don't feel like that's something that we just don't hear about that a lot. And I don't feel like it's a thing in the bigger picture, you know? I mean, I'm sure it happens from time to time, but
I would agree with that.
You know, I just think that it's like, you know, I guarantee you there's more Manti Te'o jokes made than F the Catholic.
100%.
You know, like
100%.
That's what the people do.
100%. One more thing on Coach Prime before we get to Heisman power rankings. I think you guys know Deion Sanders is struggling in Colorado this year on the field. Is Deion Sanders doing a good job at Colorado? When he says stuff like this, I think it's difficult to argue.
A great DB is only 95%. Let me say this differently. 95% of defensive backs play not to get beat. 5% play to make a play. I'm looking for that 5.
Man, I love that. That is so much my philosophy in life. I don't want to be good at something. I want to be great at something. Whether it is golf, work, sex, walking the dog, doing the dishes, I want to be great at it. And it makes me a little crazy when people want to settle for mediocrity. And I love, because so many people talk about talk about it. And did he say it? Did he say it? Let me play. Listen to every word he says here.
A great DB is only 95%. Let me say this differently. 95% of defensive backs play not to get beat. 5% play to make a play. I'm looking for that 5.
He said as part of that, and Jake, help me with the exact quote. He said something like, listen up, because it's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like saying,
yeah.
I'm the best defensive back ever, and I'm going to say something, and you need to listen to it. Like that kind of.
He said, I believe his exact verbiage was, listen up, because he's saying it, I think is what he said.
It is. That's what you need to walk around in life with. And I know that sounds arrogant or crazy or call whatever you want. I don't even care.
Well, I just don't think it is arrogant because it's factual that he's if not the best, one of the top 3.
No, he's the best.
Ever.
He is the best cover corner in the history of the NFL. It's not close. He did it everywhere. It didn't matter what was on the side of his helmet or what color the jersey was. That dude locked your ass down. And when he's talking to it, because I agree, 95% of DBs and corners are trying not to get beat.
Mm-hmm.
The other 5% are trying to make incredible plays, and I love that.
Yeah, they're trying to be game wreckers.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really, really do. And I hope at some point that we all in our life get to a place where we can be the 5% at whatever we're doing, because I'm telling you, when you're in the 5% and you only are accountable to your performance every day, it is the place you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely the place you want to live. All right, let's reset the biggest stories in sports before we get to the Heisman Power Rankings. Is Arkansas a good job? This is the college football story of the day because rumors are abound that Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones is leading the push for Arkansas in their coaching search, and that he is going to make SMU coach Rhett Lashley, who allegedly Jerry Jones says is the right guy, the guy for this job. Jerry Jones is going to throw a bag at Rhett Lashley. I think the question is, does Rhett want the job?
Yeah, I mean, I don't stand anywhere on speculation and hypotheticals. So I'm happy. I've got a great job. I think when your name gets linked to jobs, it means your team has done well, the program has done well. So it's a compliment to what our staff and administration and players have built over the last 3+ years. And then a lot of times there's obvious connections. I mean, if it's your alma mater, it's easy to link names. But I haven't given it any thought because there hasn't been anything to give thought to. It's a fair question, but I'm really excited with what we're building here. I'm not discouraged at all by the fact that we're sitting here at 2-2. I think when you look at it, we've got a chance to go 1-0 in the league this year, which would be 9 straight conference games to start the ACC. I think what we've began to build is really fun, and what we can build is even more special. We got an excellent recruiting class that's freshmen right now. We got a top 25 recruiting class in 26, and a lot of guys on this roster that can come back. And so those are the guys that we're focused on. So, you just, until there's things to talk about, you don't talk about them. Internally, we haven't said a word about it because in my world, nothing's going on.
Yeah, we do, Rhett. Yeah,
are you lying to us, Rhett?
Yeah, we are going to talk about it, actually, Rhett. Thanks.
So let me get this right. You played at Arkansas. I know it's Arkansas. You played at Arkansas. You coached at Arkansas. And now Jared Jones wants you to be the head coach at Arkansas. Oh, and I haven't heard anything about Monty. I haven't heard anything about it. I got to be honest with you. I don't live in a what-if scenario, boy. I'm here at SMU. And by the way, did you see these uniforms? Look how cool I wrote it in on the chest. Dallas.
I don't live in a what-if scenario.
Right. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. ACC Gumby, Arkansas, boy.
Yeah, seriously.
Arkansas. Exactly, Mike. We've heard this many times over the years.
Yeah.
Coaches speak is always nice, how they are happy where they're at. I love this job. Oak State's amazing. How they are not thought about it and so on. I would never leave Stillwater. Oh, my God. T-Bone Pickens, I love you. Well, you know what? Oak State was amazing, and I enjoyed my time there. But how would I say no to my alma mater? That's what's going to happen. Oh, Dallas was awesome. But I got to go print Fayetteville shirts out now.
I personally believe that coaching
BI
in the SEC,
Fayetteville. Come on. I am going to be interested to see how this plays out, because Rhett Lashley at this point has no choice but to say, I'm not interested. I love my job at SMU. Dude, it's September 30th. We're not even in October yet. What's he going to say? What do you expect him to say? What do you expect him to say when 800 college football insiders are saying, oh, well, he wants the job. He doesn't want the job. He's saying he's going. It's over. He's got it. He don't get it. I love SMU. Man, we're building such a spin. We have the line I love the most is the old BK Notre Dame thing. What we have here is special. And then Manti's dead girlfriend who never was died. And then all of a sudden he was going to be a Southern gentleman.
Don't take any shit.
Yeah, that's the way this game is played, man. So, yeah, I saw that rock and rant. Bruce Feldman reported this morning on his podcast, Lashley doesn't want the job.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't, dude.
He's holding out for the UCLA job.
I'm sure.
Got to get the bidding war working for you. I think you do. I don't even doubt that. Mike Smith, Mountain Mama. He's been a member of the show for 26 months.
James says Monty refused to read Trigger in 3, 2, 1.
Chewy Gonzalez, he's only been a member. Step your game. 10 months.
Peasant.
Arkansas has more hiring balls than Oak State.
No doubt. No doubt.
You got Jarrah money.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word.
Xavier Wolf once a year comes on this show and says college football is pain. Okay.
Man, wow. Thanks for just such a great contribution, dude.
Charlotte 49er John, if Rhett goes to Arkansas, will SMU be destined to be a G6? I mean, okay, let's play the game. Lashley goes to Arkansas. SMU or Oak State? I want to say it so bad. Exactly. I want to say it's so bad just to be a red ass.
I personally believe that SMU is not a worse job than Oklahoma State.
You're in the state of Texas. You're in the Metroplex. DF-Dub.
How do you turn it down, dude? How do you turn it down?
You have a lot of money.
All money.
SMU or Oak State? You're never getting a Preston Stone to go to Oak State.
SMU, dude. It's really not that much of a conversation. It's Texas. Whether you want to admit it or not, you're a power program now, is what it is.
And if Rhett takes the job in the SEC, what is that going to say? Well, I can get from the ACC to the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have a better shot of going to the college football playoff at SMU. Well, have they ever been? Yeah, last year.
Hey, when has Oak State been to the college football playoff? Oh, that's right. Never.
I'm guaranteeing you if he's still on this show after I was probably too hard on him, James just turned the butt. I'm guessing.
Well, he just activated the butt buzzer.
Oh, money, boy.
Yeah.
Jeopardy theme in the background. Yeah, Jake should play the Jeopardy theme, but that would require him to do work, and he doesn't. Ooh, Jonathan Kuminga finally signed a deal with the Warriors. 2 years, $48 million. Good money if you can get it. He won't play. Jeff Benzos. James got caulked. I think he did. Lamont Tucker says Oak State. I think it's probably Oak State. This hire is critical for Oklahoma State. I think you need somebody with ties to Texas and somebody that can put offensive numbers on the board. I think it's incredibly important. Randy Riding says SMU for sure. Mike Smith says all hat, no cattle, boy. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get some Heisman Trophy power rankings on the Monty Show. Who's the likely Heisman Trophy candidate? Who's the guy that you think will win the Heisman Trophy? I'll give you my top 3 in 30 seconds after this from the advocates.
Injured in an accident? You may be entitled to a bigger settlement, up to 3.5 times bigger. Your initial consultation is 100% free, and we don't get paid unless we win your case. No matter the accident, we are here to help. The advocates will fight for you because you deserve clarity, you deserve justice, you deserve guidance, you deserve an advocate. Contact us today.
The Advocates at theadvocates.com. The best injury attorneys in the business, 24/7, 365, and it won't cost you a dime at theadvocates.com. And the bottom line is you get clear risk-free advice. Here's my advice to you. 100% do not trust your insurance companies. I've tried to espouse this. I've tried to tell people this. Do not trust your insurance companies because they're not going to fight for you. That's why you have the advocates. Clear risk-free advice 24/7, 365 at theadvocates.com. All right, let's talk Heisman Trophy power rankings. Jake, right now today, you can only have one guy that's going to win. Who's it going to be?
Dante Moore. No doubt about it.
I think without question, Dante Moore has to be the number one candidate. And I don't even think it's close. I think that Dante Moore has to be the lead. With Mateer out for what looks like most of the year, I think Dante Moore's number one. Now, this is where we're going to get into a fist fight. Because I think number 2 is Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss. I think the way that he has played, 314 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 71 yards on the ground. Dude, I think it's awfully difficult to put anybody else in that spot. And I think the only guy that would be second would be Ty Simpson at Alabama. And I think Chambliss is significantly better. His performances have been more meaningful. I'd have Trinidad Chambliss second.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now with where we are in the season, the Chambliss win is what has him number 2. I think.
Well, it's LSU.
Yeah, so I think being able to win that game, and put on a good performance, obviously boosts you up the stack. I think Ty Simpson would definitely be in that top 3 though, and I think that the problem is like the Dante Moore thing with him and them winning that game. That's the biggest win, one of the biggest wins of the season so far. I think, Bama's win over Georgia was a really good win, but I think, when you fly across the country, it's their whiteout game. There was just a lot of reasons to be like, oh yeah, we did our best, but we lost that game. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about them going on the road and beating, cock on thigh at their place.
Yeah.
And, and so I just think that's why I would have Dante Moore there. Now, I think that there are opportunities. I think, I would have had John Mateer number 2 if he was healthy, but he's not. And
I'd had John Mateer would be number 1 if he was healthy right now. And I think looking at my notes on this, my thoughts, I think Trinidad Chambliss has a legitimate shot to win this award. And I know it's crazy, and if you start looking at the way that their schedule works out, the big games he's going to have access to, man, I'm telling you, he's got a legitimate chance to win this award. As crazy as that sounds, I think he is so spectacular, and he is so able. I feel like Jake, he brings people to the TV screen, and I think that to me says voters are going to watch him. And when I start looking at where Ole Miss is going, I think it's going to be really difficult not to vote for him. And it's going to take Alabama, and I think this is incredibly unlikely. It's going to take Alabama running the table, because when I look at Ole Miss, what I want to point out is number 1 in the SEC and 4th in the country right now. You look at their schedule, Washington State, and then at Georgia, at Oklahoma, South Carolina, the Citadel, Florida, and at Mississippi State. He's got 2 huge games coming up, and then they're going to win out. If he loses, let's say he loses to Georgia, and they run the table, and they are a 1-loss team, I think he's got a legitimate chance because he's going to dominate the lesser teams they face.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that, the run of Georgia, Oklahoma, South Carolina is going to, define his ability to win the Heisman Trophy. I mean, if you can beat Georgia, from there, you're pretty much downhill because I think Florida is going to be, Florida is just going to be a deadbeat by that point. I don't think that they're going to have a lot of a fight left in them at that point in the season with the schedule they play.
Oh,
and
man, you're not
Oklahoma. Oklahoma is not going to have material at that point, I don't think. I mean, that would just be a miracle. So I look at this and yeah, the schedule is in his favor. The thing that's not in his favor is, Ole Miss's, I would say, stature nationally. I think Oregon has a bigger brand than Ole Miss. I think, Oregon, definitely does a better job, just kind of promoting themselves, I guess, like the video they put out recapping the week with the instrumental to Mo Bamba is just savage work, dude. I mean, went viral. Like everybody was talking about it. Like it's an incredible video. And, I sit here and I say like, dude, like I like him a lot, but I just, you need to win out. If you win out, I think you've got a legitimate chance. But if you lose, if you stumble, let's say you stumble against South Carolina, that's just not that this is like BYU last year. You have to take care of business if you want to win this. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and I think as we continue to true tell about quarterbacks on this show, and I continue to tell you, I think Alabama probably is going to run the table. If LSU is who we thought they were, okay, different story. They're clearly not. And I think Alabama is, I think it's going to come down to Chambliss at Ole Miss and Ty Simpson. I think Ruben Bain at Miami has a legitimate chance to get in there at the end. I don't think that, like, again, Carson Beck is just not spectacular. He's not a highlight guy. So I think that makes it difficult for him to get back in there. I mean, I could see somebody like a Fernando Mendoza at Indiana if Indiana goes on some crazy run and wins a bunch of big games. I think it's going to come down to Chambliss, Simpson, and Bain. I think those 3 at the end of the day. And I still think Dante Moore is going to win it. I think that.
Does Maava get honorable mention just on sheer stats alone?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot because USC's defense is terrible. I mean, they still make huge mistakes. Huge mistakes.
Not to cut you off. Penn State guy finally decided to show up, and his first take here is that Aller's going to be in when they're 11-1. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Dude, you guys, Drew Aller is exactly who I'm not even going to entertain a guy that supports Epstein pedophiles. I'm not going to do it. I think Drew Aller's exactly what I said he was all of last year and what I've said he was this year. Can't count on him. Cannot play from behind. Cannot throw you to a victory. And again, what have I said about Drew Aller for the last couple of years? Lacks athleticism, is a guy who panics, and so he tries to make plays that he simply doesn't have the talent to make. And we saw that against Oregon. He routinely failed. He routinely failed in that game. And if they don't run the ball as well as they did, it's not even that close. Drew Aller is not. And again, I continue to say this. Drew Aller fell out of the first 3 rounds with that loss, and he's not getting back in.
No,
because Drew Aller has a really average-ass, not good head coach. They got exposed that their offensive line is exactly what I told you in the preseason they were, overrated. And Drew Aller is nothing more than J.J. McCarthy wearing the Epstein pedophile uniform. That's it. I mean, Joe Paterno knew and is a scumbag loser. They support sexual assault through their head coach. And in my opinion, they're irrelevant because, plain and simply put, they don't win big games. That is exactly what those chomos are in Happy Ending Valley. Is what it is.
And how long until you fire James Franklin? Because he even admits that he can't win big games.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think that the biggest problem that I have with James Franklin is he doesn't make men. He doesn't, in my opinion, I still maintain that the Epsteins shouldn't be playing football. I think they should have eliminated that program when Sandusky and Joe Paterno, those disgraces to men and humans, did what they did. They should have eliminated, absolutely, they should have eliminated that football program. They chose not to do that. So when you look at that disgrace that plays in Happy Ending Valley, you were absolutely, in my opinion, outclassed offensively at quarterback. That scumbag James Franklin even said after the game, "Oh, I wanted it so bad for those kids." Well, you should have prepared them, but you didn't. And you look at the numbers, and I talked about this yesterday on the show. Drew Aller did not have any throws of significance in that game. Not a single one. Even the touchdown pass that Drew Aller threw. I mean, there is not a quarterback in this country who couldn't have made that throw. It was not special. It was not unique. There's nothing to even. He is unathletic. He does not set his feet. He does not understand how to read a defense. Like he just does not. And when you look at the fact that, you know, he just throws balls wildly into the air across his body and hopes. Like Drew Aller is just an average ass quarterback.
Mid as hell.
Right? That's all he is. And the only thing that idiot Penn State fans have to hang on to is the guy can run the football. That's it. Well, okay. Well, what happened to Free Harbaugh? He's a bust in the NFL, and they won by running the football. The problem is they had elite line play, and your defensive line at Pedo University is just not elite. It's not good. It's not even good. You got pushed around by Oregon, who does not nearly have the line that Ohio State has. So all I can hope is that those absolute scumbag losers in Happy Ending Valley never win another football game. And it brings me great hope that they continue to lose big games, because maybe James Franklin will never work again as a college football coach. Probably not the case, unfortunately. And maybe at some point somebody will recognize that Joe Paterno is a scumbag loser who facilitated child sexual abuse. But we can all hope. Probably
Yes.
not likely.
Yes.
Probably not likely.
Yes.
Michigan will run the table till they play OSU, possibly 2 losses. Well, the only problem with that is that's not happening because you don't have a quarterback that's well coached. He's incredibly talented, but 1, he's going to be hurt by the end of the season. 2, you have to play Indiana this weekend, who's incredibly physical up front. Or no, it's not this. I think, aren't you guys on bye? I'd have to. This week.
No, they have Wisco.
Who's got Wisco?
Michigan.
Michigan's got Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Who am I confusing?
At home for Wisconsin.
My apologies. Michigan has Wisconsin and then USC. My bad. You got to go to Los Angeles to play USC. And then you don't play Indiana. You play Ohio State at the end of the year. That's right. And let me look it up because I know you got Washington in there. Michigan plays Wisconsin this week, USC, Washington, Michigan State, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, Ohio State. You're going to have to beat USC on the road. And that place, generally, they play much better at home.
Yeah, I don't think you're beating Washington, though, after what we saw against Ohio State from Washington.
Washington's got to make better halftime adjustments. I can tell you that folks here in Seattle are unhappy with the Huskies losing that game. And I agree with that. They didn't make a single halftime adjustment. So,
yeah.
But, you know, that's just me. Dude that abides, Michigan is going to bruise Wisconsin's run defense ego. Well, but again, I think this is also the issue in the Big Ten is that you don't play anybody. Even though I misspoke and said they had Indiana, I was wrong. But Indiana's very interesting. Is Indiana legitimately good? Who here believes that Indiana is legitimately good? Because I look at Indiana and they're at Oregon. That's what it was on the 11th. Michigan State, then UCLA, at Maryland, at Pet OU, Wisconsin, at Purdue. Yeah, I tend to believe that that's a really soft schedule. You know, so
yeah,
my
without
sit bones don't believe this is a soft chair, but you know, yeah. Yeah, I don't read your comments. Sorry, my bad. They have a run defense ego, LOL. They probably do. I don't know. I'm interested to see. The Big Ten is a really light league. I think it's Indiana and Ohio State. I think that's it. I think the thing we learned, I think Oregon's probably the best team in the league. I think Indiana and Ohio State, we need them to play big games. We need those. We need to learn about those two because I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what Indiana is. I want to know what Indiana is, but they have not been tested at all this year. And they looked incredibly average in Iowa City.
Well, that's what I was going to say. How could you know what they are, right? I mean, how could you have any idea, how good or not good they are because they just haven't played anybody. That's the problem.
Yankees up 1-0, but Boston is threatening. They have 2 on and 2 out against Max Fried in the Bronx. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Yankees over the Red Sox. Cubs and Tigers got great pitching performances today. They're both up 1-0. Dodgers and Reds to follow this game late on the West Coast. The playoffs are back, baby. And I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think any of us know who Indiana is. That's the whole thing. Yeah, Dante Moore is no joke. And I think Oregon's the best team in the league. I have very few reservations about Ohio State.
Yes, you should. I think the only question is what does Sayin do in CFP time? That's what's going to hold them back. If he can play well, they're going to be the same Ohio State that we know. But if he has a bad moment here or there, that will hold them back.
You know what my concern about Ohio State is? They haven't been tested on any level. Not even Texas was never in danger of winning that game.
Oh, I thought. Right? I mean, they were sleepwalking in the first half of the Washington game, but I thought it was good to see them make adjustments to win that game.
And they played much better in the second half. But they're Minnesota, at Illinois, at Wisconsin, and then those scumbag losers from Happy Ending Valley go to the shoe. And then it's at Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers. And then they finish with Michigan. I mean, they're significantly better than all of those teams. It's going to take another meltdown against Michigan and I don't see that happening. Right? Like I don't. And because Julian Sayin is an elite quarterback, right? Like at Pet OU, you have a really mediocre quarterback. Julian Sayin's an elite quarterback. Right. And I continue. This is why I continue to say, like, you look at his, having watched, and again, just because I have no life, having watched all of his throws, the touchdown pass was just one of those throws where anybody could have made that throw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not special. It's not.
Well, the broadcast was slurping the hell out of him for that throw, which is why, casual ass fan is like, oh, it was an elite throw, Monty. But when you look at the throw itself, it really wasn't that amazing.
It's a lob.
Yeah,
it's a lob to the right side of the end zone.
It's a basic ass over the top. Just lead him into the end zone throw. It's not
on a broken coverage. I would remind you, it was the Pedo State. Excuse me. The Epstein supporter was running to the right corner of the end zone in a broken coverage.
Yeah, I think Aller doesn't know how to win a big game, dude.
There's 2 Oregon defenders trailing him. And the safety, like it was a broken coverage. Drew, literally all you have to do is throw that ball to the back corner. That's a touchdown. It's not special. It's not unique. Literally every quarterback on every college football team could have made that throw. It is. I mean, if I look at quarterbacks in the Big Ten, I don't know. I have no idea who am I going to take? Who am I going to take Boy, that's tough. Who am I going to take over Drew Aller? A lot of quarterbacks. Julian saying for sure. I mean, if I just look at,
you're taking Dante Moore, you're taking Maava, you're taking Julian Sand.
I think I'm taking Maava, Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza. Again, this is what we talked about yesterday. Dylan Raiola.
No, I'm taking Drew Aller.
They're the same guy. They're the same guy.
No,
I look at,
yeah.
Bro, do you understand how bad Drew Aller's numbers are?
Yeah, but the difference is Drew Aller's 6'5", and he can actually, when he does run, he runs effectively. Raiola is just a terrible runner. Dude.
Right, but understand, Drew Aller cannot be counted on to throw a team to a win. He is slow, he is unathletic, and all he has is size. He's not shifty, he's not elusive, and he absolutely cannot see disguise in the secondary. Like, if you watch him play, and again, I don't give a rat's ass if you guys believe me or not. I've watched every one of his throws from that Oregon game. They disguise the hell out of him. And if that safety doesn't lose depth, that's not a touchdown. Like, I cannot tell you how easy the touchdown throw from Drew Aller was. Does he have to make the throw? Yes. But if we're, do you understand that Drew Aller statistically is not better than Bryce Underwood throwing the ball? Let that shit sink in. Bryce Underwood is a true freshman who has immense pressure on him because of the money he's making. And I hope people understand. Bryce Underwood, by stat, is equal or slightly better than Drew Aller. You understand that? Nico Imaliava has significantly better passing stats than Drew Aller. Damon Williams at Washington is a significantly better quarterback than Drew Aller. Significantly better. And Julian Sand is in another stratosphere to shitbag James Franklin's quarterback, Drew Aller.
What about Altmaier at Illinois?
He's interesting because he doesn't make mistakes ever. He just, that when listen, when Luke Altmaier is throwing the football, he does not make mistakes. It goes where it's supposed to go, when it's supposed to go there. Their single biggest problem is they become very one-dimensional and they rely on him too much.
Agreed.
Is
that Altmaier's fault or is that the play caller's fault?
No, it is not. It is what it is. The guy that nobody talks about is Fernando Mendoza. Right now in the Big Ten, the quarterback who is invisible is Fernando Mendoza. You don't even know who he is. And I am telling you, he might be, if Dante Moore is one, today, right now, I think the second best quarterback in the Big Ten is Jaden Maava. I think Fernando Mendoza's 3 and Julian Sand's 4. And then it's going to be really tough to pick that 5th one because, I mean, Callie McManus at Rutgers, he's an average-ass quarterback. I don't trust him at all. He's been sacked 15 times. He's playing pretty good football. Drew, you guys understand that Drew Aller has 4 snaps, including the interception. 4 snaps, they disguised him. You want to know how little respect Oregon had for Drew Aller? They disguised him on 4 snaps. The entire game. Not the second half, not the fourth quarter or the third quarter. The entire game, Oregon disguised him 4 snaps. And they picked him off on one of those 4. And they absolutely dominated him and did not allow him to even get close. And the funny thing is, you look at how bad, you want to know how bad Drew Aller is? Over the summer, he only came back because, again, he vomited all over his dick when he threw that interception against Notre Dame. Probably too much. Maybe a little aggressive. He choked hard against Notre Dame. Terrible, one of the worst playoff performances we've seen from a quarterback. Was going to the NFL, had to come back. Now, a game where you have a massive TV audience, right? A massive TV audience. He did the exact same thing. And I was listening to, man, I can't remember who it was. I was listening to, it might have been Todd McShay. Todd McShay, who is one of the most well-connected and well-respected scouts in all of college football.
Is that his label, by the way, not to cut you off? Is that what we refer to him as a scout? Like, I feel like he just does so many things now.
Todd absolutely makes his chops as a scout.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, he's a media personality now. But you start looking at the fact that 8.8 million people watched the Oregon-Penn State game. Only surpassed by Bama, Georgia, which got 11 million or 10 million people. Todd McShay is saying that NFL scouts are telling him that Drew Aller is not only not a first-round pick, he's not a pick in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That's how far he's fallen. Because he's not athletic. He's not, and the real question is, why are they not teaching him football? Because his football IQ, and I've been telling you this for what, a year? Over a year. His football IQ is, bro, you took Tylenol when you were a kid, right? Like, see, that's a Tylenol, Donnie.
That's a he's an idiot because he took Tylenol as a kid situation.
You know, he's not only not a first-round pick, Drew Aller is a 4th-round pick. Currently projected to be the 16th quarterback off the board. 16th quarterback off the board. Because we've all seen this movie before. Big game, Penn State loses, Drew Aller throws a late interception. Just put it on loop. Right? Like, you can't count on, if Penn State's trailing, Jeffrey Epstein prevails.
Yep.
Right? They snatch, and I was really worried they were going to win that game, but they did such a good job of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. It was so satisfying.
It really was.
And when you go back and you look at his throws, he's unathletic, he's unintelligent, and he's just not accurate. Drew Aller, here's a stat that should blow your mind. Who was the most inaccurate passer on throws of leverage for the first 5 weeks of the season? Who is the most inaccurate? You know the answer, because I wouldn't even be bringing this up if it weren't. Who is the most inaccurate passer on leverage throws the first 5 weeks of the season? Say it. Drew Aller. Do you know that Drew Aller is only completing 62% of his passes on the entire season? It's wildly inaccurate. Heisman, knuckle deep, Heisman.
Top 3 pick.
Fuck out of here. He's not even. Again, my top 3, I think, are Dante Moore, Jaden Mayava, and Fernando Mendoza at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
If it were today and the season ended, those would be my top 3 quarterbacks. And Dante Moore would win the Heisman.
Yeah, without a doubt.
In the country, okay, we can have that argument for a half-life. But I am telling you, anybody that tells you that Drew Aller is the best quarterback in the draft, they're not. They don't know what they're talking about.
Nope.
Is he a senior? Does it matter?
Yeah, why do we care about that?
Honestly, does it matter? He is a senior. But does it matter? Oh, wait, here's why it matters. He's got to be better than this. Oh, that's right. He hasn't gotten better. This is a third season where he's had a chance to be like progressively better. And even in his, because it was 20, this is 25, 24, 23 in his first season starting. He just was not good. Could not process. Wildly inaccurate. Last year, he got to, well, now I can actually put it in a sphere where my guy can catch it. This year, bro, he's out here. Yeah. He is behind. He is, and those throws of leverage, what happens? He doesn't drive the football. That ball goes like that instead of like this.
Monty, what's his QBR? Off. I mean, I think that's the most important
871
question.
Negative.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most important question here, you know?
Yeah. Steely, lots of games to be played still. Absolutely. And if he was a true freshman like Underwood, saying Arch Manning, if he was a guy getting his first real, I'd be like, yeah, he's got size. We know who he is. And I will ask you to go back in time. Find me the shitty quarterback who all of a sudden hit a switch and became elite. JJ McCarthy come to mind? Oh, that's right. He didn't become elite. And they ran their way to a championship. Problem is, the pedos, they don't have the talent to do that. And they're poorly coached. They are poorly coached.
Yeah.
Really poorly coached. And I mean, it's why pedo can't win game. Like, you want to hang on. Like, I love the Penn State fan that was in my comment sections over the weekend. Well, Lonnie, look, we won 2 playoff games last year. And when I point out, hey, well, it's Boise State and SMU, 2 G5 programs. And Jabba the Manual, that scumbag, gave you the easiest route anybody's ever had, and you choked on a D against Notre Dame.
He couldn't beat Notre Dame, dude.
Jake, I'm old and I can't remember. How did they lose the game? How did that game end?
Keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Xavier Watts.
Oh.
Yeah. You threw an interception and Notre Dame tricked you into, it's just the thing that's amazing. Yeah. Idiots like this. Oh, his measurables. He doesn't have measurables. This is what guy who doesn't know football and then comes in and tries to talk football. Drew Aller doesn't. He is tall. That's his measurable. Because what happens at the combine? And again, tell me you don't know anything about evaluating football talent. He has measurables and the combine loves him. Okay. So now we're going to measure your hands and your legs and he can't vertical jump. He's not fast. He has got terrible footwork, which is why his accuracy is horrendous. And he won't drive the football. He's this guy. That's why the touchdown throw that you're like, oh my God, unbelievable. Yeah, because what did he do? What happens when
under it?
What happens when it's here? And I got to beat a linebacker. Oh.
Look at the throw that he missed to the tight end. Hit him on the back shoulder, an impossible ball to catch.
Look at the throw that got intercepted against Notre Dame. How quickly we forget. And I have this on my computer. I need to go find it. How quickly, and I can't play it for you, but if you look at the throw that was intercepted against Notre Dame, it is quite literally a throw where you should have never let the ball go. It is the gift. It just keeps on giving, and it's such a bad play. And I'm hoping to get here it is. I'm hoping to get a freeze frame. You look at, and you just can't see it. It's so wildly inaccurate. You can't tell. The ball is so far off target. It's like a pitch and catch to the defense. And it's 33 seconds to go. And you're asking Drew Aller to drive your team 80 yards down the field. And he's just on 1st and 10. He's standing on his own 20-yard line. And he makes a throw where the ball is 3 yards wide. And you just got a domer standing there waiting for it to come to him. I mean, it's not even close. Oh, Monty, the measurables. Well, here's what happens at the combine, jerkwad. Okay, we're going to measure your legs and your hands now. Okay, cool. Go throw the football. Oh, you can't. You can't. Wait. No, I mean, throw it to the receiver who's running that guy running the route in his underwear.
Kenny, tiny hands, Pickett probably throws a better ball than you do.
Drew Aller's a 4th-round quarterback. He is. Steely, Penn State, aren't you tired of being so clueless? Dude, and it's all the time. It's all the time. All the time. All the time. And I just don't know how to get people to understand. Like, it's not, you got schemed by Christian Watts.
Why do you continue to knee pad a guy that continues to lose the games that actually matter? Like, if you want to beat Abilene in week 1, okay, cool, dude. Knock yourself out. Drew's your guy. But you want to play big games, you want to actually win your whiteout game, you want to actually, like, have a real shot at, like, winning a natty for once in your life, yeah, probably should get rid of Drew Aller and probably should find a new head coach.
You know what the best part about the Christian Gray interception? One, that Xavier Watts schemed your ass into that. And the best part is he had a guy open to throw the ball to.
Well, why would he throw it to the open guy when he can throw it to Christian Gray?
You had on that particular play, the best part about that play for Drew Aller was he had a running back all alone in the flat and had no idea where to go with it, and then got schemed. He got fooled by Xavier Watts. And Adon Schuler was standing in the middle right side. Like, it was just perfect. And you say I make dumb comments. Nobody makes as dumb. You do, but not as dumb as you usually go. Oh, Trump derangement syndrome. Hey, you guys made asses of yourself today talking in front of your generals who were writing their resignations as you guys are talking. Trump derangement syndrome. Ah! Okay. Bigfoot Duck. So good to see you.
Oh, man.
He will still make the NFL. The Chargers have Lamev on their practice. Well, that could be.
Hold up. I know that Joseph Harper did not just pay us $2 to tell us Tyreek tore his ACL. What the heck?
Okay, Joey, this is not a torn ACL.
Bruh.
I want. Do you guys see that? Your knee is not supposed to. That's called a full tear.
Dude, bro's knee is sideways, dude, and you're trying to confirm that he tore his ACL. How about you try every ligament in his knee and a full dislocation?
And his kneecap.
And ESPN is out here, talking about, oh man, let's show this clip like 800 times, and oh, it's so gruesome. Oh my god, yeah, dude, it made me turn the game off.
His kneecap was allegedly on the left side of his, on the side of his knee. And then Jake says to me today, he was celebrating as they took him off the field.
What else would it be?
Do you know how painful that injury is?
So why is he laughing and celebrating then?
Because my guess is he was in incredible pain, and I don't think he was celebrating.
Okay.
I think he was dealing. Not cocaine, just dealing with the pain.
Okay.
Chris says, how about we don't show that image, guys? What image? What do you mean? What do you mean? This one? Ooh. Am I being a jerk by showing that?
I don't think so, but
I'm a bad person. Amazing things. He must have been in shock because he did not look like he was in pain. Shock or nerve damage, dude. I can tell you when I tore my ACL when I was 20, I still don't have an ACL. Or no, when I was 17, I tore my ACL. It is the most painful thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Terrible. Heisman, Malachi Nelson, USC Boise UTEP 4 interceptions versus La Monroe last week. Yeah, he's not good. He's not good. He's not good at all. Hey, real quick. And Eric, you should probably leave now. I mean, this is a controversial topic. Please, if you're
for the record, FTR, FWIW for what it's worth. I said no to this topic, so don't come after me.
Jake said to me, we shouldn't do this, bro. Wasikowski's going to destroy everything good.
We're going to ruin a whole show over, Collier's comments today.
I'm just going to play this bite right here. And I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it without edit. And then let's come back and talk about it.
At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them.
Jake, do you agree or disagree?
I mean, I think it's rough to say that the WNBA just doesn't care. The dub just doesn't care. But I don't think that this is too outlandish. I mean, I don't think the WNBA does a great job, playing the game with the officials and Caitlin Clark. I mean, I feel like we talk about that all the time, right? I mean, how many times is Caitlin Clark subjected to more physicality than is probably warranted, or should probably be tolerated in the game? Yeah. And if she really did say this, because we are just going on her word here, but if she really did say this, that's a pretty rough take. I mean, I have to say I disagree specifically with Caitlin Clark. Like, Caitlin Clark's making 16 mil off the floor. Like, the WNBA is not part of that 16 mil that she makes. Now, I agree. You can make the connection that, hey, well, we're the pro league she plays in. Yeah, but she was already raking that kind of bread in at the college level.
Why are you not protecting Caitlin Clark? I don't understand why you are trying to alienate her. Why are you? And the hard part about this for me is I believe Nafisa Collier. I believe her. Because if it weren't true, you would be doing more to protect Katie Clark. And I just feel like you're not. You're making a decision not to blow the whistle. Mm-hmm. And it's clearly, in my opinion, systematic. Caitlin Clark is what brings viewers to the barn and to the television. She sells merchandise at a level that nobody else in this league sells merchandise at. Tickets, you name it, TV ratings,
all of it.
And you are doing nothing to promote Caitlin Clark. You are doing nothing to protect Caitlin Clark. And you're doing nothing to make sure that she is able to continue to promote your league. Because Caitlin Clark, I think, is the most important player in that league. Because Paige Beckers, how many people even know that she had an amazing rookie season? 3 of us? And 2 of us host this show?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. And somebody like Nafisa Collier coming out and saying this, I think is absolutely necessary. I think the officiating in this league is broken beyond repair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the most poorly officiated league in the world. In the world. And that includes Pac-12 football. And I don't understand how that's possible.
Including the lawyer in the officiating box that one time.
I don't understand it. And I think the WNBA has done an unbelievable job with regional television and distribution. I think you are signing marketing deals, and I just don't think that the management of the WNBA gives a rat's ass about player health and well-being.
Yeah,
I really don't.
If they did, the hard part is like I think the money conversation in the WNBA is a really, it's a difficult conversation to have, right? I mean, it's less revenue. Players aren't paid on the same percentage as NBA guys, but like I just think it gets into kind of murky waters there. I think that the value that Caitlin Clark brings versus player you've never heard of, I think that gap is really hard to kind of. It's hard to be like, yeah, a person we've never heard of in the WNBA should make millions of dollars versus like what Katie Clark is bringing in. I just think it's a hard situation right now. And I think, the thing is we shouldn't have to hear Nafisa Collier making statements like this. And again, I know you said you believe her. I'm not saying she's lying.
Do you believe her?
I don't believe her 100%. I think that there's posturing on some level. I do think the commissioner said something to this effect, but I have a hard time believing that she just outright said like, "Hey, like they should just be happy." I don't know. I agree that they don't do a good enough job protecting Katie Clark. I agree they don't do a good enough job leveraging her impact with current fans and new potential fans. And I think that, the WNBA has to get more creative with growing the brand. Everyone always talks about, oh, it's growing. But the problem is, and maybe this is just because I don't ever look at it, I don't seek it out. But like, in my opinion, in today's world, a really good measurement of, growth in something is it popping up on your For You page on TikTok? Is it trending on Instagram? Are you doing those things? And I just don't see a lot of that from the WNBA. That's the problem.
Okay. That's where we'll leave it because guy who got, and I'm not going to say his name, guy who got banned on the show by YouTube yesterday is telling me that he used a thumbs up emoji and that's why he got banned. And quote unquote, this is why you can't even afford a light to light your face today, jerk. Okay. So the light's a problem.
Bro, what?
Here.
How about you don't get banned? Like how about you don't get banned for using emojis? I feel like it's well documented what YouTube does with that.
I've never seen YouTube ban somebody for emojis. When you get banned by YouTube, you said something that includes one of the.
Oh, he didn't get okay.
No, he's not in timeout.
He got like banned.
He is banned. Yeah. He said that this person lost his YouTube account.
Damn.
They kicked him off of YouTube. And he said that if I want him to be back on the show, I have to pay for a VPN every month.
Okay. Well, have a nice day,
the problem is you're not a nice person. And you said,
is this like a regular?
He has rank in the army. I'm not even going to say it out loud. You guys know who I'm talking about. When you get jacked off YouTube, and I'm trying to pull it up now, but when you get kicked off of YouTube, you said something really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we can look.
Yeah, and you need to understand that, you said something really stupid. Yeah, it's a terms of service violation. I can't see what you said because you don't have a YouTube account anymore. It's a term of service violation. No, it's not Sergeant Morhew. It's somebody else. So it's not fair. For once, it's not. You guys, I'm just going to continue to tell you, we don't ban people on this show. It's bad for our business. If you get banned, that means you can't watch, comment, like, You can't do that. We're never going to ban anybody. I'm not even going to put you in timeout. Now, there's a lot of you that I won't read your comment because you say dumb things. But Big Daddy Magic, hey, player, you're a nice person. If somebody's mean to you, send them to me. I'll defend you. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm all right. You know. Charlotte John, let there be light. He is just jealous because you're so pretty. Well, and the light was to the right because it was blocking the TV earlier, and I'm in a temporary spot, and there's like a huge shadow over here or whatever, you know.
But I think the shadow is well worth it.
Figured out. I appreciate that you guys noticed that my lighting sucked today.
It's all good.
You know. Yeah, don't forget to like. Yeah, please hit the like button. WNBA does a terrible job of supporting things. It's almost like it fell off the radar once she got hurt. You need to look for WNBA on the side of a milk carton. You're not wrong, man.
Yep.
You are not wrong in any way. Big Sexy says, Timothy, you will please answer my question. What is your question?
Do you think Avery Johnson is an NFL quarterback is his question? That's what he asked.
Where does that come from?
So I'm just telling you what he asked.
The answer is no. I don't think Avery Johnson's an NFL quarterback. So, Spinnerbait, I have noticed Monty wasn't glowing like usual. Sorry.
Come on, dude, be better.
Trust me, when I get to it's going to be about 10 days this week and next week, and then I move into my permanent spot. So,
how excited are you for your permanent spot? Because I know that it's supposed to be pretty sick.
I do have a the condo we got here in Seattle is pimp head. It is amazing. I'm really excited for I don't have room for all my stuff. I'm just going to be straight.
Are you concerned?
Yes, I'm concerned. I don't know what I'm going to do with my shoes is number one. I'm going to wind up like I have some really nice Air Jordan ones, but then, you have like the pleather ones. I'm going to wind up selling or getting rid of the pleather ones. But we'll see.
Well, don't you, you were saying that you've got like an office space in like a den.
Yeah, my new condo has a space for the studio. I specifically picked out this condo because it has a space.
So why isn't that the sneaker wall? That's what I don't understand.
Well, I'm going to try, but I need like a backdrop, and I don't want it to be plastic sneaker containers. So when you have a studio, the wall that sits in front of you holds a camera, and there's going to hang 2 lights.
Yeah.
Then behind me, we're going to have to wrap that wall in some way or sign it or whatever. But, well, I'm not even saying I'm not a 1%er.
I don't know that I'd go to the trouble of wrapping it just because of the situation, just because we don't know how long you'll be there. But I mean, I definitely think that there's an opportunity to, I mean, you've got heat, dude. Like you've got a lot of nice stuff.
I do have heat. I have awesome shoes,
so I just think it's an opportunity to, it doesn't cost a lot, probably takes 2-3 hours to build shelves. Like it ain't that hard. That's what I'd do, but that's just me.
My boy is melting down, dude.
What is he saying now? I haven't put together who it is. Not that I'm asking you to say who it is, but I still don't quite understand.
Yeah. He's upset now that I won't say his name. You tell them who you're... No, I won't. Donate some of them, Imelda Mark. Dude, I gave away probably 30 pairs of shoes. I've donated a lot. Knuckle deep guy. Avery's exactly who we thought he was. I never understood the hype. Dude, I think we've been exactly right about him. How is BDM going to defend Morty when he won't even defend Mamacita's uterus by wrapping it up? That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Yeah, Big Daddy Magic's having a baby, apparently. Better not. Whoa. Eric, me and Monty can have a heated debate when the Cubs-Tigers meet in the World Series. I'll avoid the WNBA topic.
Thank you. Save us the time.
Better not be James. No, Oak State James is my guy.
Dude, Oak State James has been charting with Dana.
Avery is great young man, so why shouldn't we criticize their football play? It's never personal unless it's Penn State, who facilitated child sexual assault for decades.
These takes get worse and worse from Diddy State sports talk.
Oh, they're because he doesn't know football. He knows nothing about football.
Yeah.
Big Sexy says, give away 3X large red logo Buffalo Bills t-shirt. Could do that. Some people are indeed haters. They are haters, which is fine. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. All right. Real quick before we get out of here today. AOL dial-up internet is officially shut down today. And I got to tell you, it's a bit of a milestone in my life because I met my wife on AOL Instant Messenger. You know, and AOL dial-up is shut down. It's over.
Wild.
The funny thing is, I was talking to somebody who owns a business today, and they use AOL email. And they're like, well, we've had this email since 1972.
Hey, Slick, you ever heard of Gmail?
Yeah, they don't want to change their email. AOL's not going away. It's just their dial-up internet service.
Yeah, just the internet. Yeah. The internet.
The interwebs. I think it is very interesting to me that you're in a situation where we take the internet for granted. Let's just be very clear about this. We take the internet for granted. The fact that people still have to dial up, because you would never choose to dial up. It's miserable. That's got to suck. I mean, that's the worst of the worst. Having dial-up internet's got to be miserable.
Yes.
I don't even know how you would survive that trauma.
We wouldn't be able to do the Marty Show.
No, we wouldn't. And you want to talk about taking it for granted? You know what I'm really excited about in my new space? I have 2.5 gigabyte internet.
It's that Google Fiber Life, bro.
So fast. I mean, I'm stoked about it. Holy Cow, Oak State James says, I worked for AOL in the late 90s at a call center when I was single.
So then how did we matriculate to Walmart and ex-wives?
And pedo priests.
You know, like how did that happen, dude?
You know, yeah, most people did think it was shut down. Yes. Long ago, the days of AOL and Yahoo free CDs. Remember that, Mike? You'd pop that AOL disc into the disk drive. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll pop it in.
AOL Kevin Harvick paint scheme is underrated. Amazing. It's been 24 years. Oh. What speed is AOL dial-up? Slow speed.
Okay, let me look because I'm curious too. What speed is?
Remember, you'd be trying to get on the internet and you'd be using dial-up in the middle of the night, and it's like, oh, can you imagine? Like, would we have things like Alibaba, YouTube, Insta Snap Face Talk if we still had to dial up? No.
Dial up, dude. This is incredible. Dial up is 56 kilobits per second, less than 1 megabyte.
That is so slow.
Dude.
Yes, 56 KB, Mike.
Wow.
I still have a free AOL CD. You do not. Do you really?
Bro, that is incredible.
Giggity, those AOL chat rooms were wild. It's been 30 years now, but I met my wife. I inadvertently, I had a typo in a name, or you want to talk about the universe. I had a typo in a name or something, somehow, whatever, and wound up just sending her a message. Like craziness. Craziness. Yeah, you want to smash, sweetheart? Okay, here's the address. You know. Hamster wheel speed. Yep. 16 and 32. Oh, my God. 56K. There was a running joke at a call center when someone called in and said that their cup holder was broken. They were referring to their CD-ROM drive. My God. CD-ROM drive. Yeah, remember? And then you had to go get like a faster modem at what was the computer? You guys remember the computer store? Oh, my God.
Radio Shack?
No. Fry's Electronics.
Fry's Electronics.
Remember Fry's Electronics, and you go in there and you buy a modem? Oh, my God. That was the life, dude. That was the life. You never got 56K either. You averaged like 42.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's the thing.
See, that's the thing, right? Like I've got Xfinity right now, and it's like, hey, you have gig speed internet, but you're gonna average 700. Like that's how it works.
Here's the problem with Xfinity. They won't give you gig up and down. So your download's a gig, your upload is like 40. It's brutal. It's why I left Xfinity, because to do a show like this right now in this temporary place where we're living, I have a gig up and a gig down, and it's actually more than a gig both ways. When you have like 40 down or a gig down and 40 upload speed, it absolutely kills you. You just, snails were faster than dial-up. That's exactly right. Timothy, Mamacita is not pregnant. I told you guys it was a farce. I told you. There's no way that was real.
Look at Chad Perling's comment at the bottom.
Chad Perling.
All the way at the bottom.
Monty, admit it, you have to see the hand of God in the way you met your wife. Oh, there's no doubt, dude. The stars aligned. I mean,
name, image, and likeness.
Oh, Aaron Judge strikes out. He is so bad in the postseason.
Well, Crochet typically has his number too.
1-0 Yankees on 3 hits going to the top of the 7th. Boston scoreless with 4 hits. And it's just Aaron. Yeah. BDM Condesol. Yeah, you really did.
Don't touch me there. That, sir, is my no-no square.
Circuit City. Oh, that's where James first met Dana. Circuit City.
Yeah, they were charting in the back
Dana
room.
Marie, that was a great job.
Facial recognition.
Oh my God, one day. Spectrum internet, not much better than Xfinity. Dude, I am so stoked. Seattle has great internet. So, like, one of the things I hated about Utah is you could never get good internet. Was always out, always an outage, frozen, this. Like, shut up. I need my internet, man. And the worst part was you would call one of the companies. They'd be like, yeah, we'll be there in 3 weeks. Like, what? Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous, dude. One of the cool things, though, about being here in Seattle, full-time, part-time, whatever, my dog just gets to pee on whatever he wants. This is such a dog town. They have bags wrapped around the bottom of trees that are specifically to let dogs pee on trees. It is like, again, I live right by Pike Marketplace. Dude, there are dogs everywhere down there. And again, my dog just dropped a deuce in the middle of Pike Marketplace this afternoon. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a dog town. All right, don't forget the best pre-workout in the business is back. Black Ant. Get it at buckedup.com. Use the promo code Monty to save 20% off your purchase. Buckedup.com. I am telling you, the best supplements in the business. And Black Ant is the stuff. If you don't know about it, go get it. It gives you a full serving of creatine in a pre-workout. It's amazing. Use the promo code Monty. Get 20% off on all of your supplements at buckedup.com. Whether that's your energy drinks, your creatine, your collagen that I tell you to take all the time, all of your protein powders, all of your pre-workouts, the best in the business, Bucked Up at buckedup.com. All right, the Monty Show is always presented by the Advocates at theadvocates.com, the best injury attorneys in the business. Don't rely on your insurance companies. They're not trying to give you what you deserve. You need somebody who's fought the fight, somebody who's battled insurance companies and won. That's the Advocates. Go get clear, risk-free advice right now at theadvocates.com. Until tomorrow, go Cubs. Say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.